So I don't know if the other ones I recorded saved, but we're looking through conspiracy theorist channels, and it's retarded. This video has been literally nothing but an old, like, 2014 meme.
Autism!
Yeah, that describes our experience so far. This has been the whole video, with this cancer music.
So this is a really far dead meme from way back when, and it was just this. I don't even remember what the context of this was because it's so old and dead.
It's in a different language. It's literally not even in English, so we don't know.
Yeah, but like the guy's just laughing his head off.
This is the part where he laughs.
Yeah, no, he's just laughing his head off in a discussion. So all this dude did is just put fake subtitles over what the dude's saying, and it's just this whole like flat Earth bullcrap story. Like, it's so stupid, it hurts.
Honestly, even in this day and age, how do people still believe there's a flat Earth?
This is actually like
people,
what flat earthers look like. This is what flat earthers look like.
Yeah,
is
I get it,
that they make this kind of crap.
But ironically, is different.
Can I just say that the music in the background sounded like music that you would hear in a porno?
I can't hardly hear it because my volume's dead. I told you my computer's messed up.
All conspiracies
Is the Earth
fall
actually
into
flat?
place with flat Earth. Chemtrails, satanic child trafficking.
Have a thicker skin. Yeah, have a thicker skin and you won't be bullied. Or well, you will be. You just won't care.
Global warming hoax.
Global.
Illuminati scientism. What the hell is scientism?
Scientist?
Hoaxes.
Let's look up scientist.
Somebody
now.
look it up for me. False flags, crisis
Yeah,
actors, weather control, funny vid, and clever captions, but you really are asleep and helping. So is this like?
We'll be right back after these messages.
Is this supposed to be satire? Like, I don't get it.
Scientism means thought or expression regarded as characteristics of scientists.
So
I wouldn't have guessed.
That man denies science as well. So I can't tell if this is like a parody or it's like.
Cause yeah, like what was the one girl
fiction.
who had a what was the one girl?
It's a realistic fiction. Yeah.
No, what was the one girl who like did the whole joke about, or actually I don't even remember if it's a joke or not, but it was like the whole thing where she like celebrated Hitler's birthday and like tried to explain why he did nothing wrong. And like Leafy did a couple of videos on him when he was actually, you know, like a little bit relevant. Yeah, it turned out like she was just a troll and like the whole thing was a joke. And like people made videos on her, hating on her and ripping on her, even though it was just a stupid joke and it was satire. Which I want to know this girl because she has got some balls to do that.
Yeah.
And then especially for a female as well, because you don't see like females trying to be as memey as like the rest of the guys.
Here's the thing, right? It's not even so much if this video is serious, if this videos are serious or not. It's more, even if they're not.
It's too cringy.
And there's actual people in the comments who like believe in the things that he's supposedly parodying.
But yeah, even if any of this is real, which I mean, like if somebody is this stupid, then I just want to meet this person just so I could smack them. And if they're not, I want to shake their hand, but also point out you are spreading a false message.
So what is a psyop? Does anybody know what a psyop is?
A what?
A psyop. P-S-Y-O-P.
I've heard the word. I think I've heard the word before.
I still have the
Twitter to ban Nazis. Wonderful. Wait, can we watch that one next?
Hold on. Let's see the global warming rant.
Global.
Welcome to the Fake News Report, where I report on all the fake news. Nothing I say should be taken seriously.
So now he's saying it's a parody.
This is done 100% for comedic purposes, and
so now he's saying it's a parody. What the fuck?
Okay, so the thing is like I get you're saying it's a parody, but still it's kind of like that whole thing like people are taking it as truth. Also, you're saying that you're also like a reporter that reports on fake news, meaning that you're kind of like basically contradicting yourself.
I mean, the channel's kind of clickbait because it says fake news report, but
this entire man's existence, like all of his YouTube channel, is an oxymoron.
Emphasis on the moron part. What does his description say? Wait, let's look.
It's good now. Oh, and no, I'm not racist because there was Muslims on the screen. That was a thing from Jeff Dunham. So don't call me a racist. It's a quote from his show.
It says nothing about satire in the entire description.
Yeah, it says nothing about satire here at all.
Yeah. Also, like once again, he's actually saying he's a reporter, so you're just being stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like clickbait, but amplified by like 5. Like, this is just, it's not even just clickbait, it's like just straight up lying. If it's actually a parody, which I doubt, but if it is, hit him with that hard if.
I just realized all the videos are in like different order now, which means probably just uploaded something new.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing is that it's like the equivalent of this guy's channel to explain in like even easier terms if people are that stupid, because I mean, we know it's the internet. This is where stupidity goes to frolic. This is like a person opening up like a restaurant for American food and then only selling and then only selling like Mexican food, but then he says, "Oh, but it's just a parody of American food."
Right.
Don't you mean Taco Bell?
Yeah, Taco Bell!
Yeah.
I mean, but Taco Bell is literally American.
Alright, let's see, what is, you are the walk, okay. What?
Well, actually, technically, like, Taco Bell is, like, Tex-Mex, because that's just, like, that's where they, like, no, that's actually a term for it. It's where it's, like, American-style versions of Mexican food.
And
like,
it's disgusting, because Taco Bell tastes fucking gross.
The burritos aren't that bad.
But their taco meat is so fucking nasty. And if you agree
That's
with
why
me,
I get steak.
If you agree with me, your opinion is objectively wrong. Anyway.
Although I have some incredibly bad news for
God, why is he so loud now?
Did like he get a Yeti mic like halfway through that?
Dude,
and then get
this is
something
older
better?
than the videos we were watching. Like, what
He needs to keep it down because his parents are gonna hear him.
people and I want to wake the world.
I want to
it's
wake
like the old
world.
commercial. I'd like to buy the world a Coke.
Wake up, sheeple.
Can teach it harmony.
What?
I'd like to shake the world right now and shake it really hard. I want to shake everyone, and I want you to understand what's
Everyone be
happening to
quiet.
you. If I could teach you something, I'll teach you this. I'll show you what is happening to you. You are under mind control.
Poetry.
You are definitely under mind.
You're under mind control. You are under mind control. Okay, so I was not saying that people are under mind control, because there are people that actually do research. There are people that step out of the boundaries. There are people that actually understands that there are fake news out there. Like, the thing is that, wait, I mean, yes, people do like just believe anything they hear, but it's also like there are people that don't, and that's why there are people that are meant to expose this.
And this is not how you do it.
Yeah, this isn't how you go about it at all, sir.
You.
Oh no,
yes,
baby,
you,
what is
sitting
you doing?
right there in your chair or standing or wherever the hell you
Excuse me, sir, I'm huddling in the dirt because I'm a homeless Chinese child.
are watching this. You're
Yeah,
under
you're on
mind
a
control.
laptop.
Shut up.
I'm under mind control as well. We're all under mind control.
Wait. I'm under mind control as well, so how do you know that anything you're saying right now is the truth if you're under mind control, supposedly?
You could be mind controlled to like say that this is mind control.
You could just be mind controlled to say what you're saying right now.
Yeah. Hunter, not the time.
Literally just debunked his own point with one sentence.
Like, living like Larry this man is.
Okay, we're gonna assume that this one isn't satire because he didn't say it's satire. We're just gonna assume that it might be, but we're just gonna treat it as though it isn't.
Let's give him, like, the benefit of the doubt. Like, just be gracious to the mans. And, like, say that he just is doing this as, like, partially a joke, but he's still trying to push a message.
But we're just gonna treat it as though he's not joking.
Like, this is made for comedic purposes, but he's still pushing a message.
But the thing is, he didn't say in this one that it was made for comedic purposes.
I know, I'm just saying, like, stick with, like, the theme of this dude's channel and just, like, just let it be for, like, a moment. But if he really starts going stupid on us, then, yeah.
This before we can progress any further as a civilization.
I think we've progressed pretty far. We're, like, you know, I think we're pretty good right about now, honestly.
I've got an Xbox One controller that has lights in it. I'm happy, bro!
I don't think that's what he meant.
I am not the least bit racist at all.
Doubt.
Yeah. Anytime anyone says that, I'm not Here's the token racist statement. I'm not racist, but.
Right.
I think people are people wherever you go.
Okay, that's
There's
fair.
one group of people
Unless they're
that
black.
There's one group of people. Here we go.
are extremely
See, okay,
dangerous.
no, hold on, pause it real quick. So once again, this whole thing, like,
Yeah,
we're not actually
yeah.
racist or sexist or anything.
It-
Like,
anything
I mean,
said
I
like
know
that
that
is a
Hunter
joke.
just made. I know that Hunter just made the black person joke. Like, I'm not actually racist. I just make a lot of jokes.
We did
I'm
that
not gonna
too.
hit it with the butt notation, but
The butt.
I actually, I say the butt after because I'm correcting my own opinion. I just think it's funny to like make fun of this because
Yeah,
people
it's-
push it as such a large narrative, even
Alright.
though it's such a
But
minuscule thing
we've
in our
only
day
got.
and age.
It's been 11
Yeah,
minutes and we've only gotten a
People
minute.
just take
through this.
everything too seriously. They just need to learn how to relax and take a joke every once in a while.
Alright, we're only a minute through this. Let's actually watch some of this.
And they control our media.
Cool.
Now, when I say they control our media, I mean they control our programming. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you?
I
No.
thought it was blatantly obvious.
Your media, your entertainment, your culture.
You know.
Combine the fact that he's so slow
You know,
as well,
they,
and
they say that if you repeat something enough times, it starts to become true. I don't think it's working very well for him right now.
Sure.
yeah, that's
There's
woo.
nothing what you think it is. There's nothing.
Again, if you are also mind controlled and nothing is what you think it is, then you could be wrong. Everything you're saying could be entirely false right now.
Mhm.
This.
Panic about it. There's nothing natural about it. Quite frankly, there's nothing good about it.
This guy sounds like he's doing a creepypasta reading.
That's gay.
Quite frankly, it's extremely evil. It scares me.
2 minutes into the video and there's no proof. Nothing.
You know what this guy reminds me? He has like the same voice as the dude who plays Bruce Banner or the Hulk in the Avengers movies. Like that slow and like a kind of monotone voice, like the one that builds zero character whatsoever.
The one that
Like
just
that's
makes you
what this
wanna
dude
sleep.
sounds like, but he sounds dumb.
A lot. I'm very concerned. Very, very, very
Okay,
concerned.
okay, we get it. Jesus, calm down. Don't have a temper
Extremely
tantrum.
concerned. I'm horrified.
Don't. Boy.
Oh,
I like
wow,
how casually that is. Horror.
Man's a
I'm
spooked.
so horrified, guys. You can tell by the emotion in my voice. I'm so horrified right now.
I say quite frequently that you don't.
Yeah, you say a lot of things quite frequently and with great repetition.
Honestly,
to
if
go
there's
to the
one
movie.
thing if there's one thing that we do quite frequently, it's pause the video.
For real.
Police. Or get on a roller coaster to get scared.
What?
All you have to do is pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to how they are programming all of us and what they are doing to all of us. So
Absolutely
you need
nothing.
to wake up. If you are somebody that watches television,
I don't watch television.
it's probably most people.
Nope.
The first thing you need to do is stop watching television. Stop.
Well, I've
Just
already done that.
Just throw your TV into a river, okay?
Like, just abandon it in like a warehouse with like all the rest of the
Yeah, no.
sheeple that are gonna watch this video and
But then
abandon
this
it.
guy on his third channel, which is called like Supreme Commander or something. He streams Battlefront 2. Like he has at least 3 streams. So like, if that's not brainwash, then what is? If that's not
Wait,
making
no,
us
I
bad
just
people,
realized.
what
Hold on. This guy goes to like straight to the extreme. Instead of telling you, don't believe everything you see on the media. Some of it's dumb, like everyone else. He's like,
Because
nope,
yeah.
don't watch TV.
Whereas like people make fun of the radical centrist, this is like, dear God, so far in some direction I can't even pinpoint where it's at this point.
Back in my day, we received time control through a ball and a stick.
Wait, but no. So like you just said that this dude streams like video games.
He
and
has
stuff,
like
right?
3 streams of Battlefront 2.
Okay, so here, this is what I want you to remember. So originally, video games were the brainwashing of the decade of
Right.
the 80s. Like that's what it was. Remember the whole myth of Polybius, that arcade machine that was like created by like a group in America or in the Secret
I don't
Service or
actually know
something.
about that, but okay.
Yeah, no, they were. It was this whole like arcade machine that was meant to like mind control people or something, but it just had like a lot of mystery surrounded about it, and apparently it's been debunked already that it wasn't real. But
I believe it.
yeah, but like the whole thing is that like you're saying don't watch TV, they're brainwashing you. You're playing the brainwashing machine.
The brainwashing is in your home.
Brainwashing machine broke.
If you are someone that reads the newspapers,
Nope.
the second thing you need to do is stop reading the newspaper.
So stop being
Newspaper.
informed about the world around you. Don't form your own opinions. Believe random nerds on
Newspaper.
YouTube.
Well, I've
Yeah,
I've
no.
already succeeded there because I can't read.
I mean, you are Mexican, so there you go.
They can't stop me from fucking my sister if I can't read.
So don't believe, don't look at multiple media sources, and don't like try to do your own research, and don't form your own opinions. No, believe some random nerd with like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube who has no credibility and provides no evidence for his claims whatsoever. Yeah.
Oh
do
no,
that.
he's got over 1,000 views. Like scroll
But
down.
look,
How many subscribers?
He's got like 1,000 subscribers, I think.
Boy, that's
I'm
actually
subscribed to him.
shocketh.
I'm subscribed to him apparently.
No, you probably subscribed just to like see his videos or something, just so you remember.
I think I did it by accident. Cause like there was a time where my my recording software was bugging out, and I was just clicking shit to get it to work again.
Just remember, there goes his money now. He's not getting it.
You need to stop. If you read magazines,
Magazines that don't concern themselves as real news anyway, it's just celebrity drama.
you read, or if you go on the internet and you frequent popular sites,
Oh, you mean like www.youtube.com, like that kind of popular site?
Wait, so hold on, does that mean that I'm being brainwashed by Pornhub? They're
No,
trying to
remember.
teach me how to be a hopeless virgin.
No, remember. Literally, in one of his older videos that got deleted, I don't know, people said that it was bait or whatever, but somebody said he wasn't a troll, so I don't know. But like I said, I'm just treating it like he's not trolling. He said that hentai was designed to stop the birth rate in Japan, and then that's the cause of it, even though overworking is actually the cause of it.
No, it's just good though. Like that's all it is.
Good
Like
shit.
yeah, no, people just like it because it's good. I'm a degenerate. I'll admit it. Boy, it's true.
Yeah?
Everyone's a degenerate at heart.
That's true.
I don't know. We got paged from school.
go on
Nobody knows who
YouTube
we're talking about.
and you're subscribed to popular channels, you need to unsubscribe them all right away.
So
Okay.
only popular channels. This right here, not brainwashing, not at all. Not even
Totally.
the slightest bit.
Yep. No, so I'm just gonna, unsubscribe from fucking Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, I was not subscribed to him in the first place because his YouTube channel is shit.
Gonna unsubscribe from Philip DeFranco, who actually reports accurate information and corrects himself whenever he doesn't.
Accurate.
Gonna unsubscribe fucking...
Gonna unsubscribe from PewDiePie even though he doesn't do the news, so there's no way he could be brainwashing us with news in the first place.
He's
let's see,
brainwashing us into how to make memes.
Vicstar123, Sunly Oranges, Merc Music, The Smith Plays, Mark Pluer.
He's teaching us how to say the word nigger and not be offended about it.
Oh shit, I'm being hypnotized by Jack's films.
Yeah,
Wait,
because that.
why am I still subscribed to Van Alice Gaming? Goodbye. I'll actually unsubscribe to that.
Alright,
So.
let's keep going.
Right away. Because you're under mind control.
And so
and
are you. You
everything
admitted it
that
yourself.
is happening is all part of your conditioning and your programming.
Long
Think
inhale.
of it this way. If there was an institution where
Can we just
children
go
were going
back
to
and
school-
like
I like how-
appreciate
wait,
that
wait, wait.
long inhale?
I like how this is an article that he's looking at. Look, here's the graphic. You can see the text here. This is an article that he's looking at, probably, right? We can assume that?
Yeah, probably.
This is probably on a news
BuzzFeed.
site. BuzzFeed.
Check the description.
It's just gonna be...
How bad could this be?
Look, no New World Agenda links. Nothing here. There's nothing here. Why is this here? What are you doing?
Hold on. Scroll up. I want to screenshot that and see where he got it from. screenshot that, reverse image search it, and see where we got it.
I don't think that's how reverse image search works, but okay.
That is
Yeah,
how
it
it
is
works.
how it works, yeah.
That's exactly how it works, you idiot. Just have to move
Okay.
your mouse, actually.
Emphasis on the idiot. Yeah, I'm stupid. I know.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
I assume so. Alright, just. There's that one thing real quick.
Now look at whatever it is later.
Alright.
Actually, I'll just look at it now, even though it can only be seen by like half my screen.
Oh baby.
Oh, nice. That actually looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Yuri?
No,
Yeah.
it's Yumiko.
I know.
Yubiko.
Wait, hold on. Go back up to it because I'm actually gonna just like type in what it says on it. Hold on.
God, it's fucking cold in here. Hold on.
The
Sorry,
media
Wayne.
consolidation, the illusion of choice.
Sorry, we live in southern Canada, and by that I mean Michigan. So it's like fucking freezing outside.
You know
Oh,
where he
no.
fucking got it from? Hold on, I found it.
What is it?
It's fucking Business Insider. You know, a popular news site.
Is that actually?
Yeah, it's Business Insider, yeah? Yeah?
You know, the thing you're telling us to not do, you're doing yourself. Wow!
Yeah,
a link.
it's literally the exact thing. Here's the graphic, here's the whole graphic, and here's the graphic text.
Wait, no, you got the Discord up in like a separate thing, right? You gotta pull up the actual
I
article.
am pulling
like,
it up
another
right now, I'm
window.
looking at it, yeah?
Oh yeah, no, like put it in the Firefox window. I need to see this
Hold on a
because
second.
I'm not gonna look it up myself.
Let me copy paste the link. Shit, my thing's catching up. Give it a second. It's lagging a little bit.
These 6
Oh, that
corporations
sucks.
control 90% of the media in America. Wow!
I can't copy paste
I
it
would have
over.
never guessed.
But it's if you want to look it up, anybody who's watching this, it's a Business Insider link. So that's a pretty
Yes.
popular media site.
You know what? Stick the article in the description.
Yeah,
of the video,
I'll stick
'cause,
that in
like,
the description for anyone who
I mean,
doesn't
it's
wanna
not like
look
there's
it
going to
up.
be anybody that actually watches the video, because I mean, nobody pays attention to politics anymore. It's either Trump or Hillary. But
Yeah. Alright, let's go.
And it was an evil institution where people were going to school and they were being force-fed all this programming that was turning them into
turn
bad
the
people.
frogs gay.
School is for dumb people, Morty.
I mean, to a point, that is kind of the case, because they're kind of programming us to be conform by default. Because school was originally designed to teach people how to work in factories. But
Yeah.
school is a completely different thing from literally everything that you interact with on a daily basis, which is what he's trying to say.
Well, no, technically, school wasn't created so that you would work in factories.
Well-
it was originally like,
The
It was
original
literally
schooling
created-
was.
it kind of, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're partially right there, yeah.
Wait. I thought the viewer broke. Because.
No, he's just not speaking.
that was filling them up with all kinds of illusions and lies, that was programming them into servitude and into degeneracy.
I think servitude and degeneracy is a little far-fetched.
Is it just me, or does it sound like he's actually reading scripts from the Bible when he speaks in this like convoluted speech?
He reminds me of the Vigilant Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we need to go to his channel after this.
Yeah.
Well,
we will.
it's like he sounds like he's trying to be poetic
It
while
sounds,
he's doing
yeah,
this.
it sounds like he's doing slam poetry. Like,
yeah,
actually.
no, actually that's what I was gonna say about the other video when he was talking about what's her name?
Natalie Portman's
Yeah.
bloody nipples. But that was
Wow, it's
supposedly
been like
a satire.
3 minutes and I haven't actually remembered
It's been,
the
like,
female's name.
Half an hour.
I know, I'm exaggerating.
What would you
Oh no, my plastic
do?
shirt bit that I was gonna
Wait,
stab myself.
what the
with.
hell? Wait, what was that?
What would you
I swear to God, I just
kinds
saw
of
it.
illusions and lies
Hold on.
that was programming them into servitude and into degeneracy?
Never mind, I was seeing this thing.
Ah.
Okay.
What
Degeneracy.
I thought I... Whoa! What the fuck is that?
What?
What?
Did you not see that red thing go up the side of the screen here?
It's Yuri's eye blood drip.
them up
There's
with all kinds
recording softwares.
and into degeneracy?
But that's not the borders of my recording software, though. That's not where it's at.
If it happened multiple times, then it's probably the video. Weird.
It might be the viewer, I don't know.
What would you
Oh no.
do
Oh no.
if this was in your neighborhood? What would you
Well,
do?
according to you, it is in our neighborhood because the TV.
According to you, it's absolutely everywhere.
Right, exactly.
What was Mr. Rogers' neighborhood theme? Can we get that in here?
I don't want to get a
Won't
copyright
you
strike,
mind?
thanks.
I have the X-Files open for
Would
the
you
window
actually
for
do
when it's
something
ready.
about it?
As long as there's like no more than
Would you
10
try to
seconds,
warn
we should be
people?
fine.
Alright, so let's assume that he's right on all this. What can we do about it then?
At the very least.
Die.
Enlighten us.
Would you try to stop what has happened?
Stop!
No, here's how we stop it.
That's
We
a-
become homeless people.
And then we all
Works
starve
too.
to death.
The
Serious
end.
question.
Alright, tell us.
Everything that is happening to you is all
Everything
part of
that is
illusion.
happening to you.
Right now, you.
So the fact that I'm eating ice cream right now is part of the illusion? Like I'm not actually eating ice cream right now?
It's the Matrix.
I'm not actually sitting still in a chair wondering what the fuck I'm with my life.
are being.
I'm not actually
triggered.
contemplating how to
over
kill
and over
myself.
again
It's just an
because they
illusion. I'm
have
not actually
conditioned you.
suicidal.
Dude, if the depression is an illusion, let this illusion end already, please God, because I'm tired of it.
Like, I mean, if depression is actually an illusion, I will kill the maker.
Right.
I will murder a child if that's actually how this works. Because I would be 10 different flavors of upset.
Depression isn't real. Baby boomers.
to being.
Oh,
quite
okay,
frankly,
that was
a
good.
left or right person. Coke or Pepsi is your
What?
choice.
What does that have to do with anything?
There's no legitimacy to your politics. Maybe at a municipal level, but beyond that, it's under control by a hidden hand. Just
Okay.
like your media.
Tell us about this. hidden
Just
hand,
like
then.
your food.
I swear to God, if he says it's the Jews, I'm going to flip my shit.
Is it is it Horror's hand?
Just like everything that you ingest.
This video is 21 minutes long, by the way, and he has said nothing yet. This video is this video is over a fifth of the way over.
It's like he's actually stretching it out. Like, I mean, even if it wasn't 21 minutes, it was 10 minutes. Like, then it'd be even more disgraceful because you know he's going for that
You-
10-minute mark. If he actually just got straight to the point, this would be like a 3-minute video.
Are being
There's no
chemically
proof
altered,
yet.
physically altered, mentally.
So he's a big, like,
I'm being physically altered. Does that mean that I'm not actually a man? Does that mean I don't actually have a penis that may or may not exist?
he believes in the whole GMO thing, but the thing about GMOs is almost anything can be a GMO. Breeding different plant species is considered a GMO because you're genetically modifying the plants. So, like, what does that have to do with anything? It's literally just like to have natural born pesticides and shit like that. So,
Oh,
I mean,
wouldn't human birth be considered that because they converge genetics.
I'm back and I got Beppis.
Beppis or Coke, you're being mind controlled.
Remember, if you make a choice, it's not actually your choice.
Your mind is not yours. The Matrix.
Remember, as soon as you make an independent
Gods are
thought, that
on
thought is
baby.
no longer independent because I said so and I'm not even going to provide any evidence.
Alright, let's keep going.
God's our
Completely
own
altered.
savior. In
You
this terrible,
are sheep.
terrible world.
You
Sheeple.
definitely are.
Just said sheep.
His voice is so boring, I actually thought that one of you guys said, "You are sheep."
Because it's so it's not even close to how he normally speaks. It's like because he's normally monotone, so now finally he says something that's
You
not stupid sounding.
Are sheep!
Altered.
Wait,
You
Sounds like something I hear in
Are
Northern
sheep.
Vsauce video.
You definitely are. So am I.
first emotion that he's displayed in this entire.
Finally! Okay, one, some emotion. Two, he admits to being a sheeple.
Alright, so
Three,
wait.
why does he sound like the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket just with a monotone voice? You
So-
are sheeple!
Listen, we're all sheep.
You are sheeple!
We're all sheep to some shepherd, right? But if I'm gonna follow a shepherd, I'd rather not follow the shepherd that's a yoga teacher and he looks like he's gonna walk me right off the fucking cliff. I'd rather follow the shepherd that looks like he knows what he's doing. You see what I mean? Is that going through your thick fucking skull? You get it? Okay. Shit, I gotta fucking re-click on it, goddammit.
If the sheep don't want to wake up, they will be slaughtered.
I mean, everyone dies eventually, so... No shit.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, not
Nope.
at all.
Not at all, because you haven't explained it.
Now, I watched Walking Dead.
Okay.
I watched so little. So little.
So you watch so little of it, but you're gonna say something about it, like you know about the show then, or you know what it's about, or anything.
This is the kind of guy that reminds me of like a person that would go to the like riots and stuff going on in the streets and actually try to like hand out Pepsi. And like other people are trying to hand out Pepsi. He would be the guy that goes up, steals the Pepsi, and drinks it in front of them.
Haha, I took your Pepsi. I was gonna use that to you anyway, but whatever.
Of the programming that is out there. Walking Dead is not entertainment. If you think of it
Yeah, it's pretty fucking boring. It's not really that entertaining.
Yeah.
that way, you're stupid. You need to
If we're stupid, then what does that make you? Literally brainless? Good God.
You're the one spreading the message, so literally that just
Stop
puts you on
being
the same playing
stupid.
field.
Yeah, Garrett, stop being stupid, faggot.
You really do. You can't afford to be stupid anymore. We can't
I'd
afford
say I'm
to be.
pretty financially stable.
It's because your dad works at a power plant, jackass.
Also, why are you yelling at me to stop being stupid? I'm pretty smart for a schizophrenic.
Pretty smart for a Mexican. Pretty fly for a white guy.
that just hurts.
Hey, I'm pretty fly for a white guy, so there you go.
Idiot consumers
Except not.
that gleefully.
Listen, buddy.
Oh,
Anyone
buddy.
anyone who goes to a supermarket or anything is a consumer. If you rely on another human being for anything, you are a consumer. We're all consumers. Every single one of us.
We all just need to retreat to our fallout shelters.
We
and
all
be
need
like-
to go live in Alaska and not
Sir,
rely on
we-
anyone else.
Yeah, we are
Yep.
currently relying on you to kill our brain cells, so that makes us consumers.
We're consumers of your
Yeah.
ridiculous nonsense. Let me hold on. Let me.
The false narrative boy.
I'm sorry if you guys who are watching this can see this, but I need to turn this option off. My nightlight option from my computer.
That's an option.
Yeah, you can set it to where like your display goes dimmer after a certain time, but I'm just gonna turn it off because it's just more of a nuisance. All right.
Oh yeah.
Watch and get all excited about
I don't watch and get excited about the show. It's pretty boring.
our latest thing that has been purposely designed to program us. The most popular shows are the shows with the biggest programming.
No shit, because they're the
Oh,
most
shit.
popular.
Yeah, that is the biggest shows are the ones with the biggest programming.
Hello.
How?
That-
How are you this dumb?
That one commercial. Hi, my name is Captain Obvious.
Literally, you basically repeated the same thing in the same sentence, and I don't know how it's possible. You scare me, child. You're the actual sheeple.
This is like no, you know what this is like? This is like the people who bitch and complain about like female sports players not getting paid as much. It's because they don't get the same viewership. The reason that they have the most programming is because they get the most viewership. Yes, they're designed to get the most viewership because people want to make money.
You don't
Dumbass.
see small YouTubers like this cheekster that we're currently watching complaining about PewDiePie because he's actually good at what he does.
Oh,
Well, okay,
Mark
I'm not
my-
gonna say he's good at what he does, but I don't know.
better than most.
Words. Now, I've watched this show since the beginning, and I have broken it down many, many times in
Pause.
live shows.
I've watched this show since the beginning. Did you not, like 3 minutes ago, just say that I have barely watched any of this show?
I think he said I barely watched any of like the mainstream programming. Is what I think he said. I think we might have misheard that one.
No, he said I watched so little of this show.
That's
know.
actually what he said, word for word.
Yeah, no, that is the exact quote. And now you're saying I've watched this since the beginning. If I remember correctly, this is about like I'd say 4 seasons
It's
in.
more than 4 seasons. It's like 5 or 6, I think.
Actually, no, yeah, actually, I think it's currently on season 8. And
Yeah.
I gave up about like season 5
I
because
gave
the
up-
show
I
actually
gave-
did get
I-
irritating to
I
me.
gave up on the 2nd episode of the 1st season.
Like I watched, I watched up to like the 5th season, and then like I started giving up after that. So like I would only see little like parts of it. So if I could tell by what characters are currently on screen, This is after season 5. If you've been watching since the beginning, how can you say you've watched so little? This doesn't make sense.
Most of my
I
work
could feel my brain
is
cells
not
dying.
available. I have lost over.
Most of your work isn't available because you blame everything on the Jews and you spew false information.
Most of my work isn't available because I post it on YouTube and then probably delete it from my computer because I'm a fucking idiot, despite the fact that I understand the fact that it's probably going to be taken down.
You'd think after, like, the 1000th video, he'd save it on a separate hard drive or something. Oh, wait, but no. He doesn't work because everything is controlled by the Jews, right? Yeah, so he doesn't make any money by a separate hard drive. My bad. Excuse me, sir.
3,000 videos, over 100,000 subscribers, and multiple
He says this in, like, every fucking video. Like, he's so butthurt about it.
channels. I am the most censored person in YouTube
You are not
history.
the most censored
There's
person.
people with, like, over
Sorry.
5,000 videos deleted, so you can suck a whole cock.
And there's a good reason for it, because I tried to
Yeah,
show
that's a good reason for it, because you're a fucking liar.
you what they're doing. They are programming you into a new world order. They are programming you into Agenda 2030.
What the fuck is Agenda 2030? What the fuck?
No, yeah, this is the newest season.
He does-
Yeah,
he
like
does-
this guy's been in the season, or has been in the show since, like, I think, like, season 7 or...
Forget about that. He doesn't explain what Agenda 2030 is. He doesn't
I'm
explain...
looking it up.
This isn't a Shakespeare play. You can't go into this assuming that everyone already knows... Everyone already has prior information on what you're talking about. You can't do that because maybe this is somebody's first video, so maybe you should explain what things are a little more and actually fill the video with actual proof and evidence instead of filling it with your rambling, breathy nonsense.
Can I actually hit this man's with a bit of a truth bomb on little Hiroshima man's over here? Here I am, floating in space and time,
What the
still
fuck
looking
does
for a citation.
Hold on. What the fuck does Agenda 2030 have to do with this?
What is Agenda
What is it?
Shrug.
It's a government program designed to stop world hunger.
What? Okay, fuck it,
I think
whatever.
my hair's falling out because of this video.
Hey, you know, I gotta say, this is fun. I'm enjoying myself. Shit.
Oh
don't
wait, no,
want to
I'm
talk
sorry. It's sorry. No. It's a thing designed to bring people together through resources and economic things, and it's also helping to stop world hunger and end poverty and.
So
Hold
basically,
on, here's
it's
what it
just
actually
Pretty
says.
much it doesn't work.
Here's what it says. We are determined to end poverty and hunger in all their forms and dimensions, and to ensure that all human beings can fulfill their potential in dignity and equality and in healthy environment.
so it's just a humanitarian effort agenda thing, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And he doesn't. Where's your citation? We checked the description already. It's already been done.
Here I am, floating in space and time, still looking for a citation.
Here, look,
I'll
I'll give you a link to the citation. There's your citation that he did not give you.
I am just a man's floating through a giant space rock in the middle of a... Oh no, excuse me, a giant space disc. Floating around in the galaxy on a giant space disc, wondering where the citation is.
About it. They want you to be all upset and triggered by the latest allegations of sexual abuse.
Because,
What the fuck does that have to do with
oh
Agenda
yeah,
2030?
first of all, that has nothing
Yeah,
to do...
wow, cool, really.
First of all,
I mean,
first of all, that has nothing to do with anything. Second of all, the whole sexual abuse thing in Hollywood, which I'm assuming is what he's referring to, is actually a big deal. Like, that's
Look-
actually important.
this is all going back to human nature and moral, and I really hope that I don't have to explain this to people, because it shouldn't be necessary that I do. But really, what are you talking
Yeah, what
about?
are these random ass tangents that have nothing to do with anything at all? Like, this, it's so just off topic, and why? For what? Okay, I'm just
The
gonna
latest celebrity that is being accused. All part of an manipulation.
Because it's important. If somebody sexually assaulted someone, that person needs to be prosecuted and ripped
Look,
apart.
okay,
If
you
they
know,
actually
CB saying Harvey Weinstein, because I'm not going to say his actual name in case I get slandered for that.
did. You won't.
Good old Harvey Weinstein gets with somebody he probably shouldn't be and does some things he also probably shouldn't be.
Wanna watch me masturbate?
Yeah, basically, like, he's not gonna go up to. Okay, so you have that whole situation happen to somebody who doesn't want it to happen. So then they release this kind of thing to the news. Okay, so when they get it to the news, people want others to know about this, so
Because
they know
it's
this
important.
person's a terrible person, that this exists in the
Because
world.
it's important. It's an actual issue. But here's the thing. This is the question I want answered. How does this accomplish any goal that the New World Order might have? Like, what goal does this accomplish besides maybe distracting people? But
Yeah, I
really-
still have no idea what this dude is talking about. A whole New World Order.
You know, to be honest, I'm still stuck on the whole Agenda 2030 thing and how
Yeah,
he
no,
brought
it
it
still
up.
makes zero sense.
He brought it up and hasn't talked about it at all, and nothing he has said has anything to do with
And there's no proof, no citations, no evidence, no nothing.
Maximum
It's just throwing out allegations and, like, the actual physical amount of mental gymnastics you would have to perform to get to this point is actually mind-boggling. Like, it pains my head to even think about it.
This is actually, like, as much effort as it took for Hillary to come up with all of her excuses after she lost the election.
We are 6 minutes in, or 7
We are
minutes
7 minutes into this 21-minute video, and it's been almost an
At least
hour.
that's a third.
It's been almost an hour of us just watching the... Hey, you know what, though? At least we're not pulling a jinx and just watching the video without saying anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, that is a good thing. So a reaction video
this
where
is-
you say something.
this
Wow,
is-
that's a first.
This is getting cut down a lot. This is going to get cut down a lot. I'm not...
Oh yeah, absolutely. You gotta add this part in though, where we say it's getting cut down just to give that the emphasis.
There's too fucking much in this. Alright.
Relation, all part of an elaborate game. A game that you're
You've been playing checkers, but I've been playing chess for years.
supposed to engage in. A game that you're supposed to react to.
Okay, where's your proof?
All your media. Even more dangerous is your alternative.
You know what I just noticed?
Hmm.
Why it sounds like he's getting different accents as this video progresses.
Hold on.
Like-
You know, if all my media is corrupt, let's open Reddit and see what the first thing in my feed is. and I'm just gonna say that that's corrupt. Okay, it's something from r/facepalm, and it's
Is it this video? Because it should be.
Okay, let's move on down to the second thing in my feed. It's just a pillow that says "We had sex here."
Hold on, is there a Logan? Do you know of a good video editing software or anything? Because there's a clip, a very specific clip I want to cut out of something.
Open shot.
Oh yeah, look
Yeah,
up
okay.
OpenShot. That's the one that Logan and I have.
Yeah, I want to add
It's
something
free?
specific.
Too, so.
Yeah. Alright, let's...
Media, possibly the most dangerous media in existence today, is the alternative media.
Okay, I can kind of agree with this, because the alternative media does spew a lot of bullshit. So I can kind of agree with that.
Absolutely.
The alternative media spews a lot of bullshit, and I can, they should be, what is the word, called out for that shit. So, that's fair, I think.
Which is almost
Guys, I'm
entirely
being
controlled.
corrupted by this picture of a corn dog in a milkshake.
What?
Let's see
Wait,
if
you gotta be kidding me! You don't actually have a picture of that, do you?
I'll send it into the Discord.
Oh dear God. Seth, when you're editing
This is hypnotizing me. I'm being hypnotized. Oh no.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Seth, when you're editing this together, throw that picture up in there too.
I'm on Discord right now, so they can see it. Alright, let's actually keep going, because we need to fucking get through this. We need to get through at least one of his videos before we give up.
Held by the same hand.
Okay,
Did you-
who is this hand? I swear to God, if he says it's the Jews or the Illuminati, I'm actually going to blow a fucking gasket.
Know who I'm talking about when I say
No, we
alternative
don't.
media. I mean Alex Jones. I mean Paul Joseph Watson. I mean
Okay, that's fair,
Mike
I think.
Cernovich.
I don't know who that is.
I mean Mark Dice.
I don't know who that is either.
I mean the Rebel Media.
Yeah,
I mean Tommy Robinson.
don't know who that is.
I mean so many of the characters that people seem to think that they're
Some of those are... See, this is the thing, though. This is what you have to understand. Every media source is biased to a certain extent. Everyone
Oh
is
yeah,
biased.
absolutely.
Because humans have opinions, because remember... No, this is this guy's line of thinking. If
Nobody
you don't
should-
think exactly like me,
No
then
media...
you're being mind controlled.
No media outlet should have an opinion,
That sounds like
otherwise
Mr.
it's mind
H.
control. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
this,
it is like Mr. H.
this is like, okay, so you take an actual intelligent man, but he has the dumbest thought ever. Let's just take George Washington, first president of the United States of America. Good man. He creates the United States. He works as president
didn't
for a
create
year.
the United
But the
He
one
didn't
thing he
create the
feared,
He
United
didn't create the
States.
United States.
I mean, he
He
didn't
helped.
create it.
He helped.
No, I know he didn't create it, but I mean, like he helped start to run it. Okay, so like he started the build up. So he runs it for his his first term. Everything goes fine. Okay, then he finally leaves office. What happens? He goes, I fear the creation of political parties. What happens like the next term of a president? Political parties.
What are you talking about?
So
That's
the whole
actually
thing,
exactly what George Washington said.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
he
like,
was leaving.
what is this?
when he
have
was
to do?
leaving office, like exactly as he was leaving office, like his thing was, he warned,
Yeah.
don't create political parties,
And
it's
then
gonna
they
be
did.
a nightmare. And then immediately the second after that, political parties were created. But that's where he's stupid, because you can't just expect that to not happen.
Yeah, it's like, but let me go back to where I was. Let me just. Every human being has bias to a certain degree. You can say you're unbiased and you can try to be as unbiased, but even at the end of the day, you're still biased towards one side, be it in the opinion you have, in the way you report it, in the stories you pick to report, this, that, the third. Everything has bias to it.
Doesn't matter.
So
It's gonna happen.
some of these people, Paul Joseph Watson, the Rebel Media is a bunch of liars. I mean, sometimes. But here's the thing. You have to pick and choose what to believe based on your own discretion and research. Anyone who just blindly believes anything is a fucking moron. You are literally nitpicking a specific group of people who are complete idiots and don't look at anything themselves, and then
The Jersey Shore crew?
blowing it up like it's every human being on planet Earth is what you're doing. And yeah, that was funny. You can't just blow up like, because you can't say it's mind control. Giving opinions are not mind control. This is not proof. It's not.
Gonna get some sort of useful information, or that they are legitimate people. They are not the least bit legitimate. They're dangerous.
So
Is there such thing as an illegitimate person?
they're aliens.
So wait, could we actually just become like a group of YouTubers, but not like the cringy, really bad YouTubers, but like an American?
The Walking
the swallow.
So,
Dead
So
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
is programming.
This guy's
for the
got
New World
harder
Order.
lip
They
smacks in
mentioned
the
New
ASMR video.
World Order many times.
New
Even
World
Negan,
Order
when he
ASMR.
smashes people's heads in with his
Yes. There is New World Orders in The Walking Dead. You know why? Because it's fucking post-apocalyptic, dumbass.
It's meant to be like the point where people are actually like supposed to
Trying
create,
to
New
reform
World
the
Orders.
world, right? That's the
Yeah,
whole
like,
point
okay.
of the show.
Mhm.
They're not.
Here, let's let everybody but like a select 1,000 people, but you don't know some of them die.
They're,
Okay, so all these people are dead. Oh,
I just full screened it.
oh, okay, that doesn't matter. Yeah, you spooked me there for a minute. Okay, so all these people die, and then there's like 1,000 that are actually left of like all the people in America. And let's just give America for reference, because like we still don't even know the whole story of The Walking Dead, especially due to the fact that nobody here actually cares enough to watch it.
Yeah.
So
I believe it actually does take place in America.
Yeah, it does.
It does, but I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, we don't know about like the rest of the world in the show because I
Right.
never got that far and I didn't care enough.
I don't think they
but,
ever explain most of the rest of the world anyway.
Yeah, so like you've got this whole
They do,
scenario.
it's just very vague.
Yeah.
Everybody's dead, so you have to, and the government's dead too. So what do you expect it to be?
Right, and-
Like Borderlands 2 style, like raiders and like psychopaths and nomads everywhere, just taking everything they want, stealing, raiding, killing each other. Doesn't matter. Like everybody's dying left and right. People are running at each other with grenades in hand and giant
Yeah,
like saw blade tomahawk things. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna create a new world order to control this whole issue,
and even
and people are gonna form groups for safety.
and even in Borderlands, that was already kind of a thing. So that's not even
Yeah,
really
you
a fully
get
legitimate example.
The Crimson Raiders, or the Crimson Lance was the first
But
one.
it's-
Actually, I
it's-
got that wrong.
You can't not expect, and it's not like they're telling people go out and make a new world order. It's not like it's not telling people to do the things they do in the show. It's literally just telling a story. That's what it is.
How
It's
about
storytelling.
people understand it's a work of fiction?
Yeah, nobody thinks
He
this
seems-
is
he
real
seems
life. Nobody's like grappling with themselves like, oh, this is so real, man. This is giving me such a good message. Oh, And again, no proof. There's no like logic or explanation. He just throws shit out and just leaves it there, like just hanging in the air.
You know,
Oh,
it's like
absolutely.
playing Super Mario Brothers and then walking outside and stomping on turtles.
It's like walking. It's like playing Super Mario Brothers and walking outside and buying mushrooms from some shady guy in a backyard and expecting to get big, but you just get really fucking high and die.
Or if
Why
you're
is
playing
that such
Super
a good
Mario
analogy,
Odyssey, you
too?
try and throw your hat on the people, and yet they just get really mad at you and they just do something, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Barbed wire baseball bat, which is called Lucille,
What does that have to do with anything?
is telling
Yeah,
them
you
that
lost
this
me, feller.
is the New World Order.
What?
Wait, let me go back. Let's go back. Let's go back a minute. Wait.
Explain?
Wait.
Walking Dead is
Okay.
programming for the New World Order.
Okay.
They mentioned the New World Order
Now explain this,
for
please.
many times. Even Negan, when he smashes people's heads in with his barbed wire baseball bat, which is called Lucille,
What does that have to do with anything? Explain.
is telling them that this is the New World Order.
Okay, so he tells people that it's a new world order. That's because Negan's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, okay. I
He's
even
an
want.
insane
Okay,
person.
so I did watch this like little bit into the show. I got through this part of that season. So this dude actually created this whole thing,
Yeah.
but it was based off of like it was ordered chaos. The dude wanted to run it as everybody should fear him, like because he basically is like a god to those people. Like they actually basically had these chants that like they treated him like a god. But they put him on the highest authority because he was a strong figure. He was dependable in a lot of aspects, and he actually was like not a bad person if he didn't kill people like every day.
He's basically
Like-
Hitler, essentially.
This is
Mhm.
off topic, but can I point out how plastic that AR looks?
Can you
That-
point out how plastic that dude's bulletproof vest looks?
AR, I think you mean AK-47.
Whatever. But
You
like,
know that
An
I'm a gun.
AK-47 is still an AR.
No, it's not.
no, it's not.
No, AR is actually okay. To give a little explanation for those other people that don't understand where AR comes from, it's not actually assault rifle.
Yeah.
I
Where
knew
the
that.
no, the name AR actually comes from is the company that owned it prior to
Yeah.
Colt before they actually bought the property or the schematics or
The copyrights
The-
and everything and whatnot.
not copyright patent.
The
Before they bought the patent for the the
Well,
AR.
to be fair,
It was
be
it
fair-
came from a company called Armalite, and that's where they got
Yeah.
the name. Is AR came from Armalite.
yeah, it's AR does not. Yeah, that's not an AR. It's not the same. But to be fair, just a copyright is or a patent is basically a copyright in a physical item, whatever.
Come back here for some more satire entertainment. Edutainment, I should say.
Edgy Rick.
In one of the episodes,
Oh.
Abraham, before he is beaten to a pulp with the baseball bat, says,
Tasty.
"This is a brave new world."
Because it is. There's fucking zombies. People are getting eaten, and somebody's actually trying to make it into a decent
It's
place.
doing your co-walkers.
Fuck off! I swear to
Oh
God,
my
I'm gonna
God.
fucking cave your teeth in, cave your face in.
In one of the seasons, of course, it was Alexandria, which was the focus, which was a sustainable development community, which actually exists in real life in Virginia, and I've shown this in videos and podcasts. What's happening in the walking?
Okay, well, why don't you just explain it again, or show like a picture or something for people who don't watch all of your fucking videos? Like, you expect us to go through and watch all your podcasts and shit whenever they're all fragmented, since everything of yours gets deleted because you're a dumbass? Like,
Yeah.
no, that's not happening.
Dead is what's happening in Hollywood movies, whether it's especially Marvel movies. There is no bigger programming right now
How is The Walking Dead related to Marvel movies? Okay.
than your comic book movies. You think your comic book movies are just about superheroes?
Look, another accent change in this man's voice.
Comic
that
book
you've grown to love
movies.
and you grew up and you bought the action figures. You're dumb. You need to stop
I know.
being
If you're
dumb.
a fan of
Just
anything,
stop.
you're dumb.
If you're a fan of any sort of entertainment, you're dumb and you need to stop, even though that's
If
amazing.
you're a part of a fandom, you need to stop now.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, yeah. but-
Fandoms are kind of
We're parts of fandoms.
Sadly.
What?
It's your fault right
fuck-
now
what
because
the
you
fuck?
refuse to wake.
Oh shit! Oh, I fucking I unfull screened it by accident. Oops. Technical difficulties. Don't mind. That's just me being stupid.
Being dumb. Just stop.
Why?
It's your fault.
It sounds like he's talking into his fucking microphone. Please stop.
Right now because you refuse to wake up to what's going on. If you gleefully or willfully partake in your programming
You
without
know, I don't think. I don't know. I'm not a professional politician or speaker, but I don't think insulting your audience is a good way to gain foothold with them. I'm just putting that
I
out
mean,
there.
that's what Trump did.
Yeah, but yeah, but like, you know, whatever.
using critical thought.
No, Trump insulted the people that his audience didn't like. Hillary insulted her own audience.
Then you are being
Repetitively.
duped.
What is up, my
How long do you allow
millennials?
your-
Dab.
Stop, please. There's already enough cancer in this video.
Yourself to be duped. So the latest Walking Dead episode has the fall of the king. The Emperor has no clothes, of course.
So,
He promises that
The
nobody
Emperor's
will be
New
killed.
Groove.
Everyone's killed because people follow. People are stupid.
it's because the people in the show are just looking for something. Anything. Because there's like no fucking world left. There's no civilization. There's nothing. This is a completely different scenario to the real world. And it's supposed to be that way. It's fiction for a fucking reason. You dumbass.
People follow false idols. And on YouTube, you see this everywhere. People blindly follow
I mean, yeah.
shills.
Not
Bad
shills.
people that are not authentic. That are leading their lambs
They're
to
fake. They're fake people.
slaughter. And that's exactly what they're showing with this idiot king here. And his
Oh,
tiger,
God.
his paper tiger, of course, which couldn't be more CGI. All his people
Yeah, because no shit, because they're not gonna get a real fucking tiger, you dipshit.
are annihilated because they blindly followed an idiot. They blindly followed a fool who was just clever enough to fool the people around
What does
him.
this have to do with the New
Yeah, what
World
does this have to do
Order?
with the New World Order? Like, he was saying that this is brainwashing, but then he's saying
And
it's giving an example of what's
furthermore,
happening.
what does this have to do with Agenda 2030?
They all get slaughtered.
I was gonna say we're still on that, but it's only been like 4 minutes in the actual video since we were at that point, so it's not really been that long.
And then they come back to life to attack their king.
Because it's zombies.
What
No
were
shit.
they slaughtered with? I'm glad you asked me that because we can get
Nobody
to what
asked
The
you that.
Walking Dead is. Who makes The Walking Dead?
AMC.
AMC.
Who owns your media?
AMC.
Who runs the Federal Reserve?
Well, the Federal Reserve is run by the government. There's multiple different media networks that develop and publish different shows, and they hire recording crews and editing crews and different teams to do different things. It's really a big, lengthy process that I'd rather not get into, rather.
Do you ask yourself those questions?
No, because I already
No,
know the
because I
answer to
know
those
the
questions.
answer.
Who runs all the banks? Do you ask yourself?
The government and locally, yeah, the government basically, or well, the government runs the central bank, and then the central bank basically runs all the other ones.
These questions? If you don't ask yourself these
I
questions,
have, and I already have the answer because it took like 3 fucking seconds.
you're dumb. Stop being.
Please take the mic out of your fucking asshole and just speak normally.
Dumb.
My God, he's
Your
so...
dumbness.
Your dumbness. Your dumbness, he says.
No, this is like that one time that Elon Musk sent out a tweet that literally just said, "You're an idiot."
Dude, you know what this like level of exclamation and just pointless insulting reminds me of?
Well, I broke open shot.
Jake Paul.
Sammy Classic Sonic fan.
Oh God.
Like, this level of immaturity and insulting and just nonsense reminds me of Sammy Classic Sonic fan. When will you learn? Your dumbness. Why do you never question things?
Hurting us all.
God, it's
Your
so loud now.
refusal to understand what is going on is going
Listen, speaking to yourself in a video and posting on the internet isn't helping anybody.
to doom us. We are going to be like these idiots that followed this fucking fool.
But again, this is a different scenario with a different context. You have to take the context in mind.
I just realized something. He just said that this show's trying to hypnotize us, but now he's using it as his own example.
As his own example, right. So, again, isn't this show just kind of proving the point of not to blindly follow people, which would be the exact opposite of what you're trying to say that it's doing in the first... You're trying to say it's doing in the first place? Biggest thonk.
For and against it. He says it's a good example, but he also says that it's trying to hypnotize.
What the actual fuck is happening?
And we're going to be slaughtered like them. Who fired the gun? Nazis,
What? Wait.
Mayhaps if we watched the episode, we'd have the answer to that.
Maybe if he actually fucking stopped skipping around and just actually talked.
Who fired the gun? Nazis, of course.
What?
Nazis.
What? What? What do the Nazis have to do with this? Hold on, wait. Let's hear his explanation for this.
Where do you learn about Nazis? Well, you learn about them in your comic book movies, don't you?
No, you don't! What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, hold on a second. I was working in one shot. So what is he saying now?
Wait, I'll go back. Wait, hold on a second. Alright, listen to this, Garrett. Just listen.
Who fired the gun? Nazis, of course. Nazis.
Wait for it.
Where do you learn about Nazis? Well, you learn about them in your comic book movies, don't
Hold on. Give me a minute. I'll be back in a quick second.
Remember that one part of Iron Man where there were just Nazis?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm actually crying! I'm laughing so hard, I'm fucking crying. Jesus Christ.
My head's hurting now.
I can hear your dog barking.
Nazis.
Nazis! Hey, do you guys remember that one part of Batman Dark Knight Rises where, Hitler just came?
You guys remember that
I
one?
remember that one part. Remember that one terrible part of Batman vs Superman?
Which
Where,
part?
in the
The
whole
entire
movie?
movie? Remember that
Yeah.
one part of Remember that one part of Spider-Man 2 where Spider-Man flung a Nazi into the water and drowned him alive, and then drop kicked Hitler in the balls? Remember that part?
Oh, you
I
mean
do.
jetpack?
What is-
Who remembers that one part of Captain America? Nope, that actually had Nazis in it.
Yeah, but that's an actual yeah, it's a movie about actual war, so that makes sense. That makes historical sense. So yeah.
Where do you learn about Nazis?
Nazis.
Oh, I don't know. I learned about them in history. No, we're gonna fucking.
No, I'm just gonna assume that I know everything about where you learn everything.
you? Or in your Steven Spielberger movies? Or
Steven
Spielberg.
Spielberg.
He can't even say it right.
Steven Spielberger. I almost okay, at this point I almost can't suspend my disbelief that this is fake, but I'm trying
Is this a real person?
I'm trying to
This
just
sounds like a 4chan just
it
what are those
sounds
people
like a
called again?
4chan
Hunter?
green
Green
text.
text.
It sounds like a 4chan green text in real life. Am I being green texted in real life right now?
Hey, remember that one part of E.T. where the Nazis came?
Remember that one part of It where the Nazis stormed the sewer tunnels and killed him?
Killed Pennywise.
Remember that one part of The Godfather where the Nazi mafia showed up?
movie you go to? Why do you think you're always having World War II? Why?
What?
We're
is that?
not. World
What
War II. Hold on, let's see. I think World War II ended in 1943.
44, 43-ish, yeah. But
45.
yeah, it mostly ended in 43 or 44 though. But
Logan was correct.
it
ended
didn't
in 45.
officially end until 45, but it was pretty much over by 44 really. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Shit.
The Nazis.
The reason World War II is so popular is because there's a lot of interesting and heroic stories that came out of it.
It was the world's biggest conflict that we know of.
It was the world's biggest conflict
Not for
in
long.
recorded history. Yeah, but in recorded history, there's a lot of heartfelt, heartbreaking, heroic, and just tragic stories that can be retold in so many different creative ways that no shit they're gonna make movies and shit about it. Like, do you just expect them not to? And what does this have to do with comic book movies at all? Besides like Captain America, but that's fucking fiction.
Remember the part
Nazis.
of Superman where
Remember that part of Superman where he
Where
took
he met
Planet
Santa
Nazi?
Claus and
Remember that part of Superman where he took Planet Nazi and threw it out of the galaxy? Remember that part?
Ah, yes. Do you remember that part of the Green Lantern where the movie was shit? I mean, do you remember that part of Green Lantern where the Nazis showed up? That's what I meant to say.
Look at your video games. What has just come out recently?
What games have I played recently? I've played Don't Starve.
Battlefront 2, which you played, that came out recently. COD World War 2, which is just a stupid game about people killing each other and has no real historical.
Let's go on my
accuracy.
Steam profile and look at the three
Well, he's
games
talking
that I've
about things
played
that came
most
out
recently.
recently. He's talking about games that came out recently.
I don't really care. Let's see. 3 things that I've played recently. Don't Starve Together, Moonbase Alpha, and
Can you-
Job Simulator.
Whoever that is, can you not?
Garrett.
Can you not do
Garrett,
that?
stop. Garrett, stop.
Wait, what happened now?
Somebody's playing a video or something. And we can hear it.
Oh, sorry. Crap.
Garrett.
Just gonna have to edit that out.
Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah, that's one example out of how many?
What happened to World War II? Nazis.
Yeah, they died. They lost. Big
What?
fucking
No, no,
deal.
no. Not what happened in World War II. No, what happened to World War II.
Holocaust.
Yeah, that was a tragic story. Nobody denies that.
At least that's what they tell you what happened.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You know, the Nazis didn't do jack shit during World War II.
Oh my god, he's a Holocaust denier.
Watch, he's gonna say Jews.
There is still people that were alive during the Holocaust alive today, homeboy. How are you gonna find? Okay.
Oh no, baby, what is you doing?
What about Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein. That's a completely fictional video game. Sorry.
Video game. Remember, hold on. He's trying to pull that up as mind control, and I'm pretty sure I can't take it seriously considering Mecha Hitler is a boss in that.
Yeah, that's not a serious game. Like they're not trying to. Okay.
Shadow of the
Wait, what did he
Colossus.
reference?
Wolfenstein.
And now Shadow
You
of the
know-
Colossus, which has nothing to do with this.
And Wolfenstein, though it has Nazis in it, does not in any way take itself seriously.
And they don't claim that it's realistic. They don't claim that it's a true story. It's clearly all fiction. Like nobody could do the things he did or survive the things that he did. There's no fucking way. No.
What happens in that?
Literally in Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, they resurrect an undead being from a grave, and you have to kill it with conventional weaponry.
Nazis.
Hold on. He just said there were Nazis in Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Where?
I never played Shadow of the Colossus, but I don't think that happened.
What
Look at all
part
your
of
video
Shadow of the
games that
Colossus
feature
had fucking Nazis?
No, he just picked up a modded version of the game. That's all.
Nazis. Look at all your television programs.
I can't name one television program that's on right now about Nazis. And the only one I've seen that's kind of about Nazis is Band of Brothers, but that's more about an American troop.
That's a mini-series, not really a television show.
Yeah. Well, it was on television, I think. So
Well,
technically, it
okay,
kinda
I guess
counts.
you could consider a mini-series show.
But I can't think of one on TV right now. Maybe like the History Channel, but that's literal history.
That feature Nazis. Look at The Walking Dead.
What is that? have
Look
to
at The
do with
Walking
this?
Dead. Features 0 Nazis.
In The Walking Dead, the saviors are the Nazis.
Okay, I don't know about The Walking Dead, so I'm not going to contest that. I don't know.
You see,
But I
hold
doubt
on,
they're
I
actual
actually
Nazis.
I actually do watch The Walking.
Oh.
Sometimes I do. I don't really pay attention. I think he's referring to. There is a gang that is based off of Nazis, but they're Nazis.
It's such a... He's just grasping at straws.
Mm-hmm. Garrett, we
Do you
can hear your
understand?
video again.
Are you starting to pay attention? Who runs your media?
Nigga, you are everywhere. You can't pay attention to this. There's nothing to pay attention to. You're literally... You've gone to like 6 different places in the last 12 minutes.
You know, who runs our media? You know, if I had to guess, I would say it's the American Broadcast Channel.
Who runs your media?
Television
Who?
networks.
Runs your media?
Listen,
television networks,
we've already answered your question, buddy.
service providers, the FCC, Congress.
How stupid do you have to be? Who runs these corporations?
Themselves.
CEOs that have been in that position through grandfathering are being hired.
These 15 billionaires own America's news companies.
It's literally BuzzFeed. It's literally fucking...
Wait, look up the article. Pull up the article, please. Do it.
Okay.
Wait, no,
Excuse me,
it's
what?
Forbes. It's Forbes, I think.
That's still just as bad.
Well, Forbes is more credible, but do you know what this is? A mainstream media outlet. He's literally sourcing mainstream media outlets as to why mainstream media is bad. That's literally what he's doing.
This site looks very similar to...
Michael Bloomberg, Rupert Murdoch, Donald
Yeah, it is
and
Forbes.
Samuel Cy Newhouse, the Cox family, Jeff Bezos,
Bezos.
Sheldon Alderson,
Al-
or
Alderson Adelson, sir. What the? We're gonna leave
There
all
you-
these links in the description, by the way, just so that you can look at them yourself and form your own opinion. Don't. We're actually, unlike this man, we're gonna say, don't just believe our opinion. Do your own research and form your own opinion based upon things that you find. Don't just believe us.
Citation.
Son.
Leave that in,
Mortimer
please.
Zuckerman.
Mortimer Zuckerman. Barbie family.
What do these people have in common?
Please don't
or
say
most
they're
of them
Jewish.
have in common?
Please don't say they're Jewish.
I'm
Jesus
not allowed
Christ.
to tell you. I am not allowed to tell you. You're gonna have to figure that out.
So, you're not even going to provide evidence. You're just going to make people find it for themselves, and you're trying to convince people. Whenever you're presenting an argumentative speech, you don't tell the audience, say, go fucking do your own research. No, you're there to tell them why you're saying the things you're saying. It's not their fucking job. They came to this video, you said that you're going to explain this shit. So explain it. Don't be a fucking bitch and make them look shit up themselves. I mean, they should look shit up themselves, but they shouldn't have to look things up themselves to prove your point for you, you lazy bastard. Shit.
Hold on,
You're
let me look
gonna
at...
have to figure that.
I'm looking at all these things and I'm gonna find out what's similar about them.
Probably that they're Jewish. Probably something like that.
It's probably gonna be.
Out. If you're ever gonna watch anything ever again, any of your idiotic programming, which is turning you into idiots, they're destroying your mental capacity. They're destroying your ability to think.
I think that's actually the depression that's doing that to me, but go on.
They are programming you into idiocy. They are destroying you physically. They are making you weak. They are
I think that's just shitty food, and people are too lazy to make their own food.
destroying families.
Is he really going with the think of the families argument right now? Is this happening?
Okay, I'm gonna look at four of these instead of all of them because
What is happening?
They are pitting women against men.
Okay, that I can kind of agree with.
They are pushing massive feminism in everything. Are you dumb? Can
Except for Fox News,
you not pay attention
which is owned by Rupert Murdoch.
to what's going on? Can you not pay attention to how all your comic book movies now feature women as the main characters?
What does that have to do
because
with
there's a
anything?
lot of female superheroes.
that were written into existence before those movies were made, like 40 years before.
Cough Wonder
all
Woman.
your
That was actually a surprisingly decent scene.
I didn't watch it.
Comic book heroes
I don't like watching movies personally, honestly.
are being replaced in new iterations by
They're not being replaced, dipshit. They're pre-existing heroes that are just having movies made about them.
Yeah, no, they're not being replaced at all or anything. Like, he shouldn't actually be making a big deal out of this. It makes more sense that women are taking lead roles and stuff because they haven't for a really long time. I mean, there's like a lot of okay, if
Hey,
you take
okay, I figured something out. Sorry for interrupting, but figured out the similarity.
What's that?
On all of these articles that I'm looking at, take a guess.
They're all Jewish.
They're all Jewish.
I called it. Somebody owes me
You've
money.
got to be cheeky.
Somebody owes me money. Somebody better pay me for this shit. Sorry about that noise. That was my window. I apologize for your ears. Garrett, we keep hearing your mic plug in and unplug.
I keep muting myself because I'm still editing this video.
Oh. Oh, you were trying to get the clip? Okay, that's fine.
Women.
Whammon.
Oh,
Respect
of
women.
course. Women are equal to men, of course. I know. I believe that 100%.
Then why are you bitching about more women getting leader roles?
I'm probably just gonna head off.
That's fine.
So, yeah.
But there's something much more sinister behind it.
Okay, then explain.
You need to wake up to who controls the media and what they are doing to all of
Explain
us.
your argument. Provide proof. Please. I'm so tired of repeating myself. This is getting so repetitive. It's just the same shit. You're making me become a repetitive asshole is what you're doing.
I'm just gonna edit it later. Yeah, let's continue.
Us. You can't escape it because you think.
You know what he sounds like sometimes?
Cause you think he sounds like he's drunk.
You know what he sounds like? Fucking Tommy Wiseau. You can't escape it.
You can't escape it. I'm fed up with this world.
I'm fed up with this world.
Well, I can go watch
What?
ESPN
And then his accent just changes again. Okay.
and learn about all the sports players that have cancer.
What?
Or
What
all
does that
the
have to do
people
with anything?
involved that have cancer. Why do you think they're teaching you about sports?
Because sports is entertainment and people like to be entertained.
Excuse me, what?
Sir, you are mentally defective. Who hurt you when you were a child? Who hurt you? Somebody did something and they need to pay for it, god damn it, because this is unacceptable. God damn it.
Why is this what people have become?
Hey, you know what though? If this wasn't here, if I didn't find this out, I probably wouldn't upload another video for a long time because I was out of shit to upload because I haven't been playing Dead by Daylight, which is like all I used to upload. So to be fair, I'm kind of glad that this guy exists, but whatever.
Or teaching you about cancer all the time. Why do you think?
Because cancer's important and you need to know about it to spot the
It's a
signs.
very
for it.
deadly disease.
It's not a disease, but yeah. Well, actually, yeah, it is a disease.
It is a disease.
Yeah, you're right.
Every other article on NHL.com is dealing with cancer. Who runs the NHL? Who runs the NBA?
Okay, let's go to the National Hockey League website now.
They're CEOs. They're CEOs. Excuse me.
Let
tired.
me look at the NBA.
Who runs
I'll be back. I gotta piss and get a bottle of water and go fucking bash my head into a wall.
Yeah, so Commissioner of the NBA is Chief Executive of the National Basketball Association. The current commissioner is Adam Silver after he succeeded David Stern on February 1st, 2014. Those are the
Okay.
people who run it. There you go. Citation. Done.
professional sports?
All right, let's go back a little bit because I forgot where we were.
Oh yeah, so to kind of update you on some things, he was talking about how the NHL.
Oh wait, let me watch back to where we were because I forgot. Give me a second.
Or teaching you about cancer all the time. Why do you think every other article on NHL.com is dealing with cancer? Who runs the NHL? Who runs the
Okay,
NBA?
pause it. Look at the image I put in Discord and look what's highlighted. That was at the bottom of the page and is the only instance of the word cancer on the entire page for NHL.com.
Dear fucking god. Yeah, this picture right here. It cuts off in the recording, but you can see just the one instance in this picture. Yeah. If I can edit the picture in there, I'll do it. If I can't, then I won't, obviously, because I can't. So, but yeah. Well, what the fuck? Did I just unfull screen it again? Yeah. What the? Why does it keep doing that?
Who runs professional sports? Major
CEOs who own them and buy them.
League Soccer,
But the teams are also individually owned, so
NFL. Who runs them? Why do you think they become so political?
They
Why
don't.
do you think
it's mainly the players that do that. It's not so much the people who own it that politicize it, honestly.
NFL players wear pink.
What?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because it's a campaign for, like, fucking cancer awareness, you dipshit.
NHL players wear purple.
What does that have to do with anything?
What the fuck does that have to...
Who runs the sports? Who runs your media?
You're gonna say that
People who can afford to buy the companies?
people who are Jewish, clearly. That's what he's gonna say.
Look up the owners of the NFL and NBA and tell me if they're known Jewish or not.
Okay.
It's a serious question.
Is it, though? It seems pretty inconsequential, honestly.
If you can't answer that,
We're answering it right now.
or you're too afraid to answer that, then you're part of the problem.
Okay, whatever.
Because you refuse to think. You refuse to open your eyes.
No, I can watching this video right now.
Yeah,
it's my
hit this man to the pause button, because first off, he used that classic line, if you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. Because that one's not overused over 100 times a day. But also, it's like,
she's
you
server
refuse to think, you
shit.
refuse to open your eyes. Like, he actually does sound like that kid who, like, when will you learn that, like, one Sonic OC fan or whatever? I don't even know.
Hello, Catherine. We are recording a YouTube video where we're making fun of a stupid conspiracy theorist. So if you don't want to be in that, you should probably leave.
Surprisingly, he is not Jewish.
He's
Yeah,
not,
surprisingly enough, Kat, do you know what a cuck is?
Yeah, you guys have told me before.
Really? Okay, well we're gonna continue what we were doing. So he's not Jewish. What about the NBA? This shit is so laggy.
Okay, I actually have to look through a lot of people because it's owned by a large group.
Well, yeah. Then don't bother, because like companies like that are usually split into stock owners.
Hold on.
Whoever owns
I'm looking through all of them.
It's usually whoever owns the biggest percentage of the stocks typically is considered to own it. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Take a guess.
he's Jewish, isn't he?
Hold on.
Or they're Jewish, rather.
So, of the of the 6 owners, 5 of them are Jewish.
Oh, wow, what a surprise, but I don't see how that's a point. Fuck.
To what they are doing to you.
What are they doing?
You keep going back to your abusers.
Explain. What are they doing? Explain yourself. Use your words, you insolent fucking child.
To be reprogrammed and re-triggered and
Triggered.
re-traumatized.
I don't think I'm traumatized from TV. That's probably just abandonment, but...
Oh
whatever.
no, I'm traumatized because I watched The Walking Dead.
You don't want to wake up. You want to live in the illusion
Yeah, I don't want to wake up,
You
because
want to
every morning I gotta get up and listen to people like you.
of the culture that they've created for you.
I'm pretty sure people create cultures and then things build up around that, like... Okay.
Yeah, fam.
All of the popular YouTubers are in this.
What?
Alright, I'm going to get an apple. I
What?
can't take this person's autism for more than a minute.
All of the popular YouTubers are in,
So-
the 140 box office studios.
So even the ones that got criticized by like the Wall Street Journal, even those ones, so they're just pitting each other against each other, like that's happening? Is that what's going on?
It's like a huge cockfight.
A huge cockfight. Oof. Damn.
All of your media, whether it be your sports media, whether it be your entertainment media, whether it be
Uh,
your children's
Sports and entertainment media are basically the same thing.
media, which is the worst of the worst. Whether it be your music videos, whether it be your, whatever it is that you're ingesting, unless it's some person that you know for a fact is not shilling for some corporation.
You see, but here's the thing, right? We can't know for a fact that they aren't, but you can't know for a fact that they are. The reason, and here's the thing, the reason you don't give evidence is that there's none that isn't circumstantial or easily disproven. But you don't even bother giving it any evidence. Period. You don't even bother making it look like it.
Here's his evidence.
I said so.
I said so, and people are Jewish. That's all of his evidence.
That's all he said so far. I said so. Believe the guy with...
He hasn't even brought up the whole Jew thing, however, I've put 2 and 2 together already.
Yeah, he said figure it out for yourself. Yeah,
Figure it out for yourself. The one pattern that I'm seeing is Jewish.
Believe the guy on YouTube with 1.8 thousand subscribers who keeps getting his videos deleted because he's a dumbass who is probably also an anti-Semite in some regard.
Fat piece of crap that I am. I said I was going to get an apple, and I came back with a box of peanut butter cookies.
Oh my god, alright.
Actually, I couldn't find an apple, and that's why.
He's
And
under
then,
your control. Or under their control. Everything. So we get back to The Walking Dead here. The
Okay,
Nazis
we're finally
fired
back to where this started, okay.
the guns. The Nazis. The white males.
Yeah, okay, again. Circumstantial. The fuck's your point?
The women, of course, takes them out. And kills them all.
Oh god, I just realized that he's picking... Fucking
What?
moron. He's
Yeah.
calling the Nazis the heroes. That just occurred to me. I literally just now noticed that.
The message being that guns
Hold
kill
on.
people and Nazis are dangerous.
Because-
White males.
I mean, guns don't kill people, really, but whatever.
This
White,
guy's face, he looks like a
Caucasian.
pedophile. Why would they ever hire an actor that...
Yeah, he does kind of look like... He looks like a more pedophilic version of that guy from fucking Breaking Bad.
Asian males are psychos. They're dangerous. They're uncontrollable.
What?
The people in the show are insane because they're in a end of the world type
They
situation.
like almost everyone in this series has... Pretty much everyone in this series and in this universe has PTSD. Because they watch people die on a daily fucking basis. What do you expect? Yeah, they're all psychopaths. And this takes place in America,
Psychopaths.
which forever has been a predominantly white area, so it makes sense. Even if it's just coincidence that most of the people that were hired are white, most of America has been dominated by white people since the beginning of its founding. Well, okay. Since the beginning of America's founding, it was dominated by the Native Americans before, but that's not what I'm talking
Also,
about.
you gotta remember, in the case of The Walking Dead, they haven't exactly gone into specifics of, like, what era they're actually in. Because
But we
technically
can-
they could still...
We
They
can
could still be,
assume,
like...
we can assume it's not that far in the future.
Well, no, because, like, Glocks are actually kind of, like, all the weapons that they show are, like, just redesigns of other weapons that already exist, kind of.
Yeah.
So technically, like, everything that they've got could have been, like, traced back, like, possibly another 10 to 15 years in the past. So, like, all of this stuff probably already existed by then, meaning that they could be a way farther in the past where we didn't have as much, or I mean, it's not that much of a difference. But
at-
still, like, the majority and the minority between, like, white people and, like, any other, like, people of color, that whole thing is, like, they're probably going to be less back then because we have immigrants that come in every day.
But even if it takes place in the aspect of now, America's like, what, 60% to 50% white people, something like that? So yeah,
I can look it up.
most of the people
I'm looking
are,
it up now, Hunter. I
most
already
of
got
the
it.
people are going to be white. That makes sense. It's not trying to push an agenda, it just makes sense. Even if that wasn't their intention, it's probably just a coincidence, but even still, just speaking in theory, if that's the case, it makes sense. Fuck's sake.
They can't control themselves. They're the biggest perverts. They're disgusting.
I mean, white people do commit a lot of school shootings, but again, it's because they're the majority, so it's not really, whatever.
They're the cause of all the grief that happens in the world. The world is run by these people, and we need to take them out, is the message of The Walking Dead.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Especially in this-
Also, pause for a second. So here I actually have the percentile, or percentages. Race and Hispanic origins. So white alone the percent is 76.9%.
Yeah.
Black or African American alone is 13.3%. American Indian or Alaska Native is 1.3 because we killed them all. But
Pretty much, yeah.
Asians are 5.7%. Hawaiian or other Pacific Islanders are 0.2%. Two or more specific races, as in like mixed peoples, are 2.6%. Hispanic or Latino peoples are of 17.8%, and white alone, not Hispanic or Latino, are at 61.3% of the population.
So, it's pretty proportionate. Really.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that a lot of men are still alive, well, first of all, there's women in the show. You can't even argue that there isn't. There's women that do bad shit, like that one chick in the first season that literally cheated on her husband because she thought... I guess it's not really a bad thing, but still. There are women in the show that do bad things.
It's not a bad thing because she thought
She
he
thought
was
he
dead
was
for
dead,
one.
right.
Yeah,
But-
first off she thought he was dead. Okay, but there's also the factor, like, okay, in Negan's workforce thing that he's got going on in his little magic kingdom that he thinks he's running, he's got a bunch of women workers. What was it, Michonne, I think it is, who's the crazy black one
Yeah.
that has the sword and kills people like crazy. Actually, no, she doesn't. But,
She does kill people.
she actually, like, kidnapped one of Negan's workers, who was a woman, and she forced her at gunpoint to take the woman to where, like, Negan's base is, or, like, where he was actually, like, set up shop with other people,
So
that they could get back, like, the prisoner that, not to spoil anything for people, but, like,
this is the
they,
fucking show
they captured one of the people who was a part of the cast during one of the seasons, and like, she went to find out how to get them back and, like, where they were to begin with. But anyways, with all this crap going on, this means that there are other women people that are doing bad things in this group, because there are others that are doing stuff for him.
The show doesn't just portray white men doing bad things. That's not the case. It portrays human beings doing bad things for the sake of survival because they're in a post-apocalyptic situation where people die on a daily basis. People doing bad things, not white men. People doing what is necessary to survive.
This is what I don't like about some ideologies, is that, like, they generalize the wrong group every single time. It's either by race, by gender, by sexuality, or by belief. You're grouping up all these people by these different categories. Why aren't you just grouping them up by who they are as people, human beings? Human beings exist because they are human beings. They have like grown up over the times. They have built up over the ages. We have evolved. But the thing is, you're grouping them up by, like, those, like, different categories, beliefs, religion, stuff like that. Okay, so if you're basing everybody off of these different things, why are you dividing them up?
Well, that's what
There's
he's trying to claim that they're he's trying to claim that's what they're doing. That they're trying to make...
he's doing it himself!
He's doing it himself and trying to claim that they're doing something that they're not doing, like, at all.
You know, the only thing that's, like, keeping me from punching my monitor is one,
the cookies,
the Nutter Butter cookies, and two, my monitor was expensive as crap.
This episode. Guns feature such a big part of this show.
Because there's zombies and people who try to kill the human beings for what they have. People have to defend themselves.
Bad zombies.
Because they want to convince you that guns are evil and guns.
No, they don't. They just portray guns as what they're used for, self-defense or killing people. No, they're not trying to do that.
The whole thing is that, yeah, you're expected to also see guns, because, like, this whole thing, like, you're saying how, like, Negan is, like, such a nutcase and stuff like that, and how this is, like, a bad person, things like that. Okay, how else are they gonna command the people? With scary-looking guns!
The guns are kind of necessary, you know? It's not like, they're not trying to push they're not trying to push a message about the guns. It's just part of the show. It's necessary for survival at this point in the world.
Guns kill people, so that...
Yeah, guns do kill people, but people kill people with the guns. Everyone knows that. No shit.
They can take your guns away, so that you can't stand up to their control.
What?
What are you talking about?
Ooh.
More gun freedom. The big government. Jesus Christ.
big government.
You have to.
You see, but the thing is about that, I get wanting to have the freedom to own guns, but having guns for the purpose of standing up to the government doesn't mean jack shit. It's not like when the Constitution was written where everyone had the same fucking thing. They had muzzle loading rifles that you had to put a bullet into and then load gunpowder, and they would misfire like 90% of the time.
No, they wouldn't misfire. They were just really inaccurate.
Or they would just backfire or whatever, right? That's what I meant. But
you also had the risk of them literally like blowing up in your face.
Dear God, the flintlock handguns they had. Dear God, those things were literal death traps.
Yeah,
but,
no, like literally any of the muskets or the flintlock muskets or handguns or anything like that, you literally had a pan of powder. Like if you tilted the gun slightly, you were gonna dump all the powder out.
They were, but the thing is, not everyone now has the same thing. Having guns for the express purpose of standing up to the government is complete bullshit. You have a fucking shotgun and they roll a tank down the street. What are you gonna do? Shoot the fucking tank with a shotgun? Niggas are gonna blow your whole fucking house to smithereens. You're not gonna do anything. So this is a completely irrelevant and moot point to begin with. It's not even. It's a nothing. There's nothing
irrelevant.
there. Shut up. There's nothing there. It's nothing. This whole video is nothing. There's nothing here.
I like how we haven't even gotten to the point yet.
There's not a point. There's nothing. This video is a nothing.
He's pretty much just spewing
bullshit.
A bunch of things that are not in any way connected to each other in such a way that doesn't even sound like it makes any sense.
It's like he tried to write an argumentative essay but didn't have a thesis or a body paragraph at all.
And didn't do any research.
Like, yeah, no, like he's missing his introduction, his thesis, his conclusion. He's missing like all of
the evidence,
the main points.
the actual argument.
Yeah, so like about I'd say 30% of like the actual like argumentative essay is now gone and it's just filler.
And the rest of it, this is like a really terrible like TV series. It's just all filler. There's like main points that don't really make any sense to anything, and then the rest of it is just filler.
Understand.
Like The Walking Dead.
Who controls your media? You have to understand.
Okay, we know who owns the companies, and there's. What, they're Jews? Yeah, that doesn't mean fucking anything. You're just a tard.
They are.
I really wonder what this dude's SAT score was.
0.2.
And what they're doing to you. They're
Total.
Transforming you. And they're not just doing it through the television. They're doing it through chemicals.
Oh my
soft
God.
drinks.
Are we actually going with this?
Chemicals are turning the frogs gay! No, this is how I imagine his SAT score went.
Chemtrails.
He got 401. The one extra point was for writing his name correctly.
All your sugar now is an evil thing. Sugar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's evil.
Dude, it's a flavoring. And
sugar is a substance literally designed for humans.
What did he say?
He said sugar. You know what sugar is also in? Your genes. Your genes are partially made of sugar.
You know what else sugar is in? Semen.
Humans have glucose in their bodies. It's been a thing since
now,
ancient
obviously,
time.
Having too much of these things will throw off your bodies. But that's the thing. People, sure, companies shouldn't put it in there, but people fucking drink it anyway. The reasons companies get away with it is people's fault, right? It's not them being evil or being brainwashed. People just, it's easy.
No,
it's
what
not
was
that
that
they're
one
being
case?
brainwashed.
It used to be like one of the, like I said earlier in the video. This guy's argument, and I said this from the fucking start, is don't do things in moderation, just don't do them at all. Which is a kind of fucking stupid argument because, honestly, if you want to keep doing something, you can keep doing it. But if it's bad for you, then so fucking what? Just you don't have to stop it entirely if it's not harming you.
Life is based in moderation, that's the thing.
Okay, so to give quick explanation, so like there was this whole case a while ago, like I think it was 2003, where these two girls were basically like suing McDonald's,
they were trying to sue
like the
McDonald's,
whole they were suing McDonald's the corporation due to the simple fact that they would eat McDonald's very often. Okay, first off, this is their mistake for eating McDonald's very often. That's an apparent mistake.
They don't try to hide. I mean, okay, I kind of get the argument that McDonald's gears their advertisements toward kids, but it's up to the parents if the parents make the decision. That's just the fucking way it is.
But
So anyway,
these girls tried to put up the argument against McDonald's that it was their food that made them physically incapable.
which,
As they,
to be fair, it is, but again, it's their fault.
I mean, the thing is, okay, McDonald's is not the most healthy thing in the world, not by a long shot. I mean, I would know. I'm a fat guy in real life.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I have a reason to be fat, and it's because of it's actually a legitimate medical issue for once. Instead of people saying I got a glandular problem,
I got big bones.
I got the thick bones. But no, these
Why'd
girls
you
would
say
just
that
eat
like Hank Hill?
I got thick bones.
Go on.
But these
yeah.
girls had a issue, not medically. They just ate too much McDonald's,
Right.
and that's not good for your
And
body.
that's their parents' fault. That's not a case of big evil government, big evil corporations. That's a case of just parents not parenting enough.
My capitalism.
That's not a case of. That's not people. That's not evil corporation. I mean, sure, they shouldn't put that stuff in there, but people enable it.
Yeah, no, the thing is
And
like, okay,
If that's his point, it's so lost in just the sea of complete bullshittery that the point is completely gone in the first place. Because if that's the point, there is a valid point to be made, but it's just lost in all the nonsense.
yeah, okay, like, I mean, because they're, like, the thing is like, what I can't tell about what this guy's been doing since the beginning is that all of the video has been, like, 37 different points that are nowhere connected.
With no connections,
any way.
no evidence, no citing, no nothing.
And it's like, you're trying to, like, the whole argumentative essay thing. It's like, okay, now he's actually got a thesis, but there's like 37 of them spread out through an entire article that's just one long paragraph.
You know what this video feels
No, it's a
like?
run-on sentence.
Yeah, this video just feels
It's a
like
run-on
one giant
sentence.
run-on sentence. There's no end. There's no indent. There's no separate paragraphs. It's just one giant spew of just nonsense. It's just drivel. It makes no sense. And if there's cohesion to this video, someone in the comments, please correct us, because we'll gladly listen to it if there's actual cohesion and a point here. We'll gladly listen to it, because we want this to make sense.
Yeah, please, like, we are actually, like, it's blindfolded. Like, we can't
But-
understand. We are blindfolded to, like, what is actually going on.
I actually don't even know what. Oh yeah, you're blindfolded because you're sheeple. We're blindfolded by this fucking video because it makes no fucking sense. There's.
Oh my god.
Oh.
There's no cohesion, there's no evidence. He's not talking about anything in particular. He's all over the place. He isn't going to a specific point. In fact, he doesn't even seem to have a point. He hasn't even brought up what the point is. I guess the point is,
My
the
main
media's-
argument.
You're.
I guess that the argument is that we're being controlled by our media, but that argument's been made a billion times before in a much better way that actually made sense.
Without this
Also,
shit.
the thing is like, it's not even necessary, because it's a thing that people understand. Like, a lot of people already know this. He's saying it is like, if everybody on the planet
Right.
doesn't understand the fact
he's
that they're
saying-
being
he's
brainwashed.
saying
No,
this like he's-
people know.
He's saying this like he's blowing the lid off of some big conspiracy. Like, yeah, I mean.
Okay, so here's the big deal. Okay, so back to, like, corporations and stuff like that. You see advertisements on TV, on the internet, newspapers, whatever. It doesn't matter what you're looking at. There's always an advertisement for something. Those different advertisements were created by a psychological specialist. They were made for you to look at, think they were nice, interest you, hook you, and make you buy their product.
But then
It was
again.
put there for a reason.
Can-
Yes, these things affect us immensely because we're human and people understand the human psyche.
But
That's the problem, though. You should be able to learn how to get around that, which people do. And that's why this argument is also kind of partially invalid,
Plus,
because
like I
he's
said-
blowing the... Yeah, no, go ahead.
he's basically taking the pre-existing truth that already exists and has been proven and just taking it to this extreme that's just way off into the corner and has no evidence whatsoever.
Again,
Yeah, and
the
it makes
whole
no sense.
McDonald's example.
Yeah,
Right.
no, and then it's like, the thing is that, like, people understand this, but there are some stupid people that just don't seem to get it.
But
But the thing is, there are people there that do get this,
They're-
and it doesn't make sense of why you're trying to,
they're
like,
becoming less of
completely
a
enforce
majority.
it.
They're becoming less of a majority anyway.
Yeah, it's becoming less of a majority because, like, okay, we have the fake news scandal with, like, Fox and, like, CNN and all these other things, and, like, specifically the BBC. Like, if anybody's heard any of the stuff about
Yeah.
the BBC, it's terrible on people. Like,
But people,
people in Britain hate it.
the fact that there's such a big outcry against this shit just proves the complete opposite of this point. People aren't being brainwashed, they're resisting it. People already see this. But again, this isn't even about that. This is about so much more that's unproven and just everywhere. This video is everywhere. It tries to do so many things at the same time. It tries to be so many different things that the point gets lost in the complete mountain of nonsense.
Look, man, I want to understand you. I like conspiracy theories. I like when they're good and when they're well thought out and when they're put together and when they make sense and it's something to think about. It's fuel for the brain.
But there's nothing here.
You're actually, like, not providing anything. You're actually hurting me.
There's nothing here. You're not helping people, you're just further confusing them. And again, this might be satire. I've said this already. This might be satire, but there's still people that believe shit like this. There is people out there that actually believe the thing that he's saying, whether he does or not. So, there is that. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, we need to finish this video, but I just don't know what to say at this point. Like,
What other points can he bring up? You know what? I asked that question, but I was asking that question from the start, and I still don't have an answer to it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, this is a 20-minute video, but we've been doing this.
We've
for
been
a
doing this
couple
for
hours.
2 hours.
Can we just say it's a podcast at this point?
It pretty much is.
It pretty
a podcast.
much is.
It's kind of like a reaction video, but it's kind of like a podcast at the same time.
We should have a podcast.
Meh. I mean, maybe at some point if this actually works out, but it probably won't, to be fair. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how this does. Maybe we'll make this into like our own channel that we all have control over, and we'll make this our own thing, and we'll separate it from everyone else's things. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that's a different topic for a different time. Let's just get back to what we were
Absolutely.
doing.
It's terrible for you. So here's xylitol and sorbitol and aspartame. You ever notice that? Go to the gum rack.
What is that?
Try and find a
Okay.
gum that has actual sugar in it.
No shit.
Try to
But wasn't he just arguing that sugar's bad for you though?
Yeah.
So why would he want actual sugar in things? Okay.
find
I'm
a
lost.
product that doesn't have GMOs in it.
Again, GMOs can be crossbreeding. Excuse me, I'm tired. Crossbreeding plant species or anything like that. Like GMOs encompass so much. What GMOs specifically are you referring to? But that never
Just
gets
try.
answered.
Good luck. Unless you're willing to pay through the nose, of course, and get the organic stuff.
Because organic costs more because it's harder to get. That's just, unfortunately, the nature of the beast.
You go to your local, like, Aldi, Walmart, Meijer, whatever supermarket, or even small market that you got it as close as you can physically know. But you go, like, between what's already been processed and what has, like, wax put over it as, like, a preservative or some kind of oil put inside, like, the skin of a tomato. Let's just use that as an example. You get a tomato that's like $1, and that's been processed because it's cheaper, it's efficient, and it's a way to keep it alive.
And it sucks, but that's just the way that's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately.
And then you go over to like the organic, and it's like $8 for a single tomato.
And I think
And
that's
it goes bad faster.
I think that's the problem he's trying to bring up. But again, it's just the nature of the beast, efficiency efficiency and cost effectiveness and all these things, lower prices. That's just the way it works. The more you pay to make it, and the higher risk you have of losing it, brings the price up. It sucks. I agree with you there, but that's just the nature of the beast. As I've said like 3 times now. I'm turning it to him. I'm repeating myself. God damn it. But yeah, that you're just arguing against the way the things naturally work, and unfortunately you can't change the way the things naturally work, especially not this late in the game.
Definitely.
Which a lot of times you have no idea.
Well, you have no idea that those things are actually not either, because they could just be lying. So, I mean, that's not really a point.
We gotta stop cutting out of these like stupid, like trivial moments as well, because
But,
this has
like,
gone
I
on way
know.
too far.
Everything that you ingest is programming you into Agenda 2030, the New World Order.
Oh my God!
Agenda 2030 again.
It's back.
It all comes full circle. But
Agenda is a plan for
But-
people,
but-
planet and prosperity.
but-
it also seeks to strengthen universal peace and larger freedom. We
But-
recognize
to where does the circle come back to? Because was there anywhere for the circle to come back to in the first place? Not really. Fuck's sake.
Oh my
The
God, my
people
head
that are
hurts.
behind it are the people that run your media.
Professionalism still hasn't closed that fucking tab. Professionalism.
These are the people that are programming you. Now, a word on
what is
Jewish people
bitcoins
and
and trizik it's there.
What?
Judaism and all that.
Judaism. Oh, look, he
we
finally
go.
said Judaism. Judaism. Wait, let me rewind that because I didn't quite hear what he said.
Now, a word on Jewish people and Judaism and all that.
Dear God.
People are people.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Most Jews are completely innocent. I have Jewish people in my family. I am not an anti-Semite by any shape.
But
means, or
But
anything.
earlier he was
I
talking about the
am-
Nazis and glorifying them as if they were heroes.
well, he wasn't glorifying them, but he was saying that they're being posed as the bad guys. Which, first of all, the Nazis are the bad guys. Let's just get
Mhm.
that one thing clear. The Nazis are bad guys. They're not good people. Being a good person and being a Nazi is an oxymoron. It doesn't work that way.
No, okay, that's not necessarily true, because you also got to remember, like, the lower classes of Nazis, like, they were fighting for their country, they didn't know what they were getting into. It's like the same thing in
But-
America. People are joining the army because they think they're doing something good,
That's-
but really they're destroying another
That's-
country
but
across
that's
the world.
The thing, they weren't in on what the Nazi ideology actually is. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
no, because, like, once you get to the higher classes, they start realizing, okay, the thing is that they're really, like, killing all these Jews. They're trying to start a
But
war with
that's-
something that they're probably not going to win against. Like, they know that they were going to fail, probably. But the thing is that once you get down to, like, the lower classes, they had no idea what they were doing. They
Right,
just were being
because
nationalists. They thought they were
they-
fighting for their country. They thought they were doing the good.
They
So
were actually
saying
being
that a
lied to.
Nazi is a good person can actually be true, but it's
But-
so like it's so destroyed by like all the reputation that they have. But,
But-
it's also the fact that you gotta remember it's like the people that are on the lower spectrum that are actually the good people, they're not gonna get recognized. It's gonna be the bad people like up in the SS that are like killing all, and the like high ranking officers that are running the Jewish camps, like the concentration
But
camps.
here's the thing, right? Those people who were in the lower were actually being lied to. They were actually being manipulated and were actually being mind controlled. Like, they were actually being lied to. They were having the things done to them that you're saying are being done to us now. They were not following the real Nazi. It's kind of like Christians don't follow the real Bible, they follow the New Testament. They were almost following a New Testament that was nicer looking and nicer seeming. But the real thing that Hitler was adhering to, which was basically his own creation of nonsense, was 10 times worse. But that's a whole other thing. Nazis aren't good people. At least Nazism as an ideology is not a good thing, because you can sit here and argue about people all fucking day all you want.
Well, it's
Nazism,
not Nazism, it's anti-Semitism, but yeah, like that basic ideology is not good at
Yeah,
all,
well-
and not by a long stretch.
right.
Ambivalent towards religion. In fact, I don't give a fuck who you pray
You
to.
seem to give a fuck.
Ooh, there's some emotion finally.
You seem to give a fuck because you keep making the point that all these CEOs are Jewish, like it makes a difference. Why would you make that point if you didn't
Literally,
give a fuck?
with all the research that I've done, that is the only parallel that I see between all of these things that he's bringing up.
If you did not give a fuck, then why would you make these points?
People in the comments tell me if I'm wrong, but I am not seeing another parallel aside from the whole Jewish thing.
Yeah, I haven't been doing the research, but I trust these two. Even though I can't... Yeah, whatever.
The
Yeah.
ultimate scrub cast of constructive
Matt.
criticism.
Yeah, basically.
Actually,
There's not.
cue the title of the video.
The ultimate scrubcast, criticism of a complete dumbass.
To me, and I don't see why it should matter to anybody in the world.
But clearly it matters to you.
Now, if you think you're part of some chosen group and that you're destined to rule the world, well, that's pretty evil.
Well, yeah, nobody's debating that. Not a single person, except for the people who think they're a part of
No.
that.
You remember that one kid that went to our school, during 9th grade? What was his name? Like Jay Sean, and he thought he was gonna be like FBI agent, or he was gonna be like some kind of like rap legend, and he couldn't even spell Like
Yeah.
he tried to write shots fired on the board in an English explorations class, and he wrote shoots fired.
Yeah, it's people like that who just aren't anything, but they think that they're fucking destined to be, the best. This is what he thought. And
He spelled fired without
Well,
the
I
I or the E.
I mean,
FRD.
to be fair, in this day and age, you don't even really have to be intelligent to be successful.
that's not even
Look,
so.
hold on.
You mean
Look
Little
how
Pump?
much. I was about to say, look how much money Lil Pump makes.
But like, that's not even what he's talking about. Like, people who are part of specific religious groups that think that they're destined to be gods or to control everything. Nobody's debating that those people aren't evil except for the people who are those people. You realize you're speaking to such a small minority that's not going to listen to you in the first place. Most people don't believe that.
That's like preaching about the KKK, but to all of white people in the world.
No, this is like preaching to the KKK or preaching about the KKK to black people. No shit.
So I don't buy that rhetoric.
Yeah, nobody buys that rhetoric. You're talking to an invisible audience, you dumbass.
I really don't care about religion.
Liar.
I can
I
tell.
mean, it's not that I don't care about it. I just don't care.
You do know that whenever somebody says they don't care this much, they really care, right? Like, he said I don't care how many times in the last minute. How
That's
many?
also like that's also a basic psychology trick as well. So, bud, you're not fooling anybody.
Right. The power of suggestion is strong, but I know about it. Saying you don't care and repeating the phrase "I don't care" a suicide-inducing number of times doesn't mean you don't care.
Care what your religion is.
Liar.
I don't
Again.
care.
Liar.
But we have to be very concerned about the people that
I don't care what your religion is, but we have to be very concerned about these Jews.
run our media. We really do. We have to be very, very concerned about who these people
No,
are.
now
and
he
what
finally
they're up to.
closes the window.
It's up to you to have the courage to stand up to it. It's up to
What
you.
is there to stand up to?
What are we? I was about to say.
What
I was
are we-
literally about to say that. You never explained what are we standing up to?
You
What
still never you still never hit us with a thesis, bud.
What
Like,
do you?
I mean,
What is your call to action? What do you want us to stand up to? What is your
the
point?
lack of thesis is backhanding me right now. Like that's how hard it's hitting me because I don't understand a thing you're talking about.
I'm so frustrated. I'm actually shaking. Oh.
have the courage to investigate 9/11.
How does that come into this?
What the?
Hit him with that oof.
I'm at a loss for words.
Dude, do you remember H3H3 did that video about the Jews did 9/11? Is that what this shit is? Oh my god, my face hurts. I'm in actual pain right now.
Oh my god.
I've laughed so much, and I don't think it's because it's funny. I think it's just because I'm so sad that a person like this exists, or that people like this exist. Maybe not this specific person, but people like this exist.
Even if this is satire,
Right. We've
people
said...
like this still exist, and I've met them.
No,
Yeah.
okay, this isn't satire, and I can give you one explanation or one good reason of why, and explain how it's not satire. This man made a 21-minute plus video
Well,
explaining his whole argument, which is
Well,
barely an argument
yeah, I
as
was
it
gonna
is.
say, that's being a little generous.
And then he never like goes anywhere with it. But the thing is, he keeps trying to explain this argument that he's been building up for the past 20 minutes. It doesn't make sense.
But
How would you make a video just for the sake of satire and it be this long and with such a lack of points?
the thing is, it's so stupid that I want to believe it's satire because I don't want to believe that anyone can ever be this stupid. But at the same time, it's so stupid that it almost feels like it can't be satire because this is too convoluted but nonsensical at the same time for somebody to have come up with this just to fuck with somebody.
There's no possible way that could have been the case.
And like I said with the whole connections thing, this guy had to have done a lot of fucking research.
Or at least some, because it didn't take us very long to find out the things that he was talking about.
That's true. Some.
Well, the thing
all
is,
the
like-
sources are still gonna be cited.
He
Right.
kind of like the thing is like it would probably take someone a little bit longer to go off of what he's doing. Because the thing is, he had to find them initially. We're just going off of what he provided.
Right, well, what little he provided anyway.
Mm-hmm. He did provide things. He didn't actually tell us what they were. We had to find them on our fucking own.
Which is
Yeah,
not how you structure an argument.
Here I am, in reality, in the middle of space and time, still looking for a citation.
This is not how you form an argument. This is not how you get people to go to your side. This is not how you do anything at all. Like, this is not how... No. Stop it. Get some help.
It's up to you to have the courage to realize that your media is total manipulation. All your
And this isn't. That's like the main question with this whole media's manipulation thing. And this isn't, though.
This man hurts my soul.
shootings, most of them are orchestrated.
Did he just... Hold on. Let me get a rewind on that.
All your shootings, most of them are orchestrated.
Proof? Citation, please?
Citation, please?
Citation needed.
Yep, because
Citation machine broke.
Those
cut this
must
out.
fix.
Hold on. Cut this out of the recording, please. But
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
those dead people in the body bags, those grieving, torn apart, heartbroken families, are all orchestrated.
They were paid to sell out a family member.
Why would they go to, what would be the... Okay, here's a question.
they were paid to look sad.
What is the goal? What is the reason for orchestrating shootings? What is their end game here? Do you have a reason for that? Do you have an explanation? Do you have anything at all? There just needs to be so many asterisks in this video for citations. Like, every other line of dialogue would be an asterisk. I swear to God.
Yeah, no, you gotta have, like, I swear, if this guy actually did have, like, all the citations, like, if this man actually, if he did cite everything he said, his description would be longer than any comment section you would find on any YouTube video.
And we might be
ridiculous.
we might be more inclined to give him some more leniency. We still might not believe him, but
yeah, because we say
We would be a lot more
crap.
lenient, and we would look through the things ourselves and be like, "Oh, I can see why you would make this argument. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I can see why."
Well,
What this guy is doing, he's just providing absolutely nothing.
And the
Just
thing
a
is, it
stream
might
of nothing.
it might seem like we're almost doing the same thing, but the reason is he's essentially on the attack. We're on the defense. That there's nothing. You don't just walk.
We don't
Listen,
even need to.
You don't just walk into a courtroom and the prosecutor can't just say, "Well, where's the defense's proof that he didn't do it?" No, the prosecutor gives the prosecutor gives the evidence that they did do it, and then the defense disproves the evidence. There is nothing to disprove. There is no sources or anything. There is nothing.
Like, basically all he's saying is hearsay. Like, none of it can actually be, like, legitimately proven or discussed, because it's either not true or it's pics or it didn't happen. But this guy doesn't believe that.
Most of it is just like speculation or opinions. That's what a lot of it is, just speculation. Like, oh yeah, this is big Jewish conspiracy, blah blah blah. But I'm not going to give any proof. That's just my speculation. You can have that speculation. We're going to call you stupid, but don't try to say it's fact. And without any evidence. See, you're just forming this opinion off of a lack of evidence and shit that you're told by people. I bet you listen to your yoga instructor a lot, don't you?
My god.
Most of the major events, your boogeymen, your al-Baghdadis, your...
Al-Baghdadis.
Baghdadis?
What is that? What is that terminology? What is that?
I think it,
Wait, hold on. Wait, what did he say again?
Al-Baghdadis. I think he's talking about
Al-Baghdadi?
something in the Middle East where there's all these shootings and shit. Or something
I mean, I
like
was gonna look it up on a
that.
dictionary and see
Al-Baghdadi.
if it's the
I don't
thing.
fucking know. Look it up, please.
Hold
Saddam
on.
Hussein's,
I don't know how to spell that.
Apparently Saddam Hussein isn't real. He was never a thing.
or Osama
Hold
bin
on.
Laden's,
Osama bin Laden, never real.
Osama Obama.
Are we actually doing this? Are we actually making this fucking argument? Are you fucking kidding me? I've only ever heard this argument used as a joke. Jesus fucking Christ.
can't see him crying too hard.
Oh. Oh.
I can't breathe. You're leaving this in. I hope you know that.
Oh my god. I'm crying. Oh, I'm actually crying. I literally threw my headset.
Why is this so funny?
Because it's so fucking stupid.
I can't breathe. Oh my god, my stomach.
That came so out of left field. Just Osama Obama. Like, Garrett, Garrett, the one who's laughing like a complete tard, didn't even really like Obama that much, and even he's hysterically laughing to the point where he's crying because that's so ridiculous. Like, we have quite the diverse group of opinions here. I didn't mind Obama, he wasn't so fond of Obama, but like, this is so stupid to even all of us.
No, okay, it's like give legitimate reason. The only reason I didn't like Obama was Obamacare just ruined a lot of things for people, and it made healthcare more difficult. And the whole thing with Trump's version of healthcare too. That one bothers me as
terrible,
well.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, I kind of supported Trump at first, and like,
I did too, and now I'm starting to regret my
But,
support.
again,
it's
that's,
not necessarily regret. It's just like, why are you doing the things that you're doing?
but that's a topic for a different time. That's,
Yeah, that's like a whole different discussion that we don't even need to have. But like the only reason I didn't like Obama, and then like the fact that he did like nothing in office. Except
that's
that.
debatable. That's debatable, but
He was in
anyway.
there for 8 years and he did like nothing but that. That was like the only major change he did.
He also had a almost
Let me be
fully
clear.
Republican Congress.
I'm gonna fix the roads, and then Michigan.
Well, that to be fair, that's mainly up to the Michigan local government. That's mainly our shitty local government's fault, not so much Obama's. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, the point still stands. I'd like to think we have a pretty decently diverse group of opinions. Like, except for when it comes to entertainment, we tend to have the same opinions, but political opinions tend to differ quite a bit amongst us. But the fact that we're all able to hysterically laugh to the point where we're brought to tears at some of the things that he says. God, I just...
Oh, hold on. By the way, I found what the thing he said is.
Osama Obama, good God.
No, the thing before that.
Yeah, I know, but wait, what was that?
He said the Alback Daddies thing or
Oh.
something. I don't. So apparently it's a thing on Facebook, and it says Alback Daddy profile, and it's spelled Dady.
I don't think that's the same thing. I think he
I
was
don't
trying
know,
to pronounce
maybe.
a Middle Eastern city's name or something. Albag, hold on. Let me, I'm sorry, this is gonna
I
look
think
weird.
he's referring to Baghdad.
Oh.
Al-Baghdad. Al-Baghdad is a thing.
Okay.
Al-Baghdadi, there we go. Al space... A-L space B-A-G-H-D-A-D-I. It's a food corporation. In Warren, Michigan. Our company began in 2011. What does this have to do with anything? Like,
we don't even know if that's correctly what he's talking about, because I'm still lost on what
but,
it
I
actually
mean,
is to
this
begin
is
with.
the only thing that makes sense, and it doesn't even make sense. This is the only... Here, let me link this too, and we'll link this in the description. We'll just link all the stuff that we use.
Because we actually like to cite our sources.
There we go. That's the website I'm looking at right now. Al-Baghdadi. It's
Okay.
literally exactly what it was.
I can't wait till we do this, but like for a feminist argument.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Ooh.
There'll also be a lot more shit if this ever becomes a thing.
Yeah. Alright, continue the video. We need to finish this up.
Yeah. We were gonna do more, and we might just go with some lighter stuff, just as a little, you know, like a sort of finishing note, just to have some more lighthearted shit that we don't have to stop as much. but you know.
Yeah. Also, one that doesn't run for like 21 minutes.
Right.
So we're not pausing every 3 seconds.
Well, the only reason we can have one that runs for like 20 minutes, but there's just so much stupid shit. Fuck it, let's just finish this.
They're all
I'm not
part
stopping until it's
of
done.
a deception to program you into giving up your rights, the rights that many of your ancestors fought, died, bled for, that are being ripped away from us, to form a one-world government to severely depopulate the planet.
What?
And if we don't pay attention and we don't start seriously calling this shit out, we're gonna end up like the fools that followed their emperor who had no clothes.
What does that have to do with this?
Lambs led to the slaughter. Only it won't be Nazis.
There were no
Taken
Nazis.
Oh my god, like, what a fucking roller coaster, yeah?
To say the least. Oh, hey, Mysterious Stranger. I love that song.
Oh my god, man.
Oh my head hurts. This is too stupid. Like, is this a real thing? Am I dreaming right now? Am I having a nightmare?
So, closing statements for this video. Why though?
Cite your sources if you have an argument. Please actually, like,
Go on, sorry.
put some foundation into it.
Have structure and sources.
I'm, like, at a fucking loss for words.
It's all conspiracy. Earth is flat. Corporations are taking over.
Earth is actually shaped like a dinosaur.
It's all
Obama did 9/11.
Osama Obama. It was all the Jews apparently.
Those Jewish Muslims.
Mega Mean his best girl.
Oh, all right. Let's dive away from this. We're done with this. Let's go to the good old shit.
I mean, I kind of feel like heading off because I'm.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, same here. My mother's actually probably like in the room, like ready to murder my face because I haven't gone down and turned off the basement lights or
Oh, God.
gotten to bed.
I think I found our new thing. Yeah, he's definitely next. Definitely.
Can we get a next time on the Retards Anonymous?
If I'm that good at editing, which I'm
We're not exact. I can edit for you.
Wait. Does it?
What the fuck?
Wait, is it
Oh,
the
it
same
was
thing?
no, it was lag. It was lag. Shit, shut up. It was lag.
Oh
Oh
no.
God. Oh.
Oh, no.
No. Oh no. 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 No.
Hunter, you better be good at editing for this.
Ex-atheist Satanist.
Oh yeah.
Excuse
Remember,
me?
Garrett, let me explain to you something about this guy before we dive into it.
Before we head off, and we could do this like tomorrow or some other time, but yeah.
This guy thinks the following list that I'm about to give are all the same thing. Illuminati, Satanists, pagans, atheists, Muslims.
Yeah. He thinks any religion that isn't Christian is the same thing and that they're all evil. I like how his channel intro is 5 years old. And this guy isn't a troll, because he shows his face and everything. And he's a pretty established channel. 5,000 subscribers almost. He has fucking God knows how many views.
No, this is where the real brainwashing is.
Yeah. This is the brainwashing. Think of the children. Oh.
I still remember his rant about Pokemon Go, where he explained, "Well, the Bible says that men have to be manly and protect their family, and Pokemon Go's turning everyone into man babies."
Man babies, as if...
He actually used the terminology "man babies" several times in the video. Man babies.
That's almost as bad as Osama.
Alright. Well, everyone, if you made it this far, or if you actually watched the video, we greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. We all do, for sticking with us through.
Seriously, round of applause, feller.
Yeah,
You're
seriously.
doing a solid right now.
We appreciate it. Someone sticking through our bullshit and his bullshit. And mind you, we've all been tired as hell this whole time. So if we said something that was stupid,
Oh yeah, it's 12:30 in the morning.
yeah. We've been doing this for 2.5 hours, but we appreciate it nonetheless. And thanks, kiddos. I'm probably younger than some of the people that might be watching this. Oof. But yeah. Hopefully there will be more like this if we don't become lazy and apathetic and the depression doesn't set in. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one, I guess.